Mama's in the living room watching Judge Judy. I'm in the kitchen eating leftover sushi. And she yells, oh, girl, you gotta hear this one. A man was arrested for running the theme park. And when they said, where's your license? He said, my dog ate it. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear a shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one. Mama loves to laugh at how absurd life is, says it's all a comedy and I'm her audience. And I love the way she makes fun of the world. She said, you'll never guess who's with their girlfriend. It was a man who didn't get us out of the bed. He said, I've been through hell and now I need some help. You just can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, so you know what that is. It means it's part 2 of this NTSB investigation hearing into the Louisville crash. What will we see today? More dodgy questions, more dodgy answers, more playing the blame game, and more hiding behind technicalities. Or will we get legit straight answers? The world may never know. And joining me for this absolute shit show that is the NTSB and the American government, anything. Spawn Trooper, how are you, my friend?
Are you sure that you would like... Oh, well, hello, first of all. Well, are you absolutely sure that you want someone like me on your stream? Because aren't you dumb? Oh, wait a minute, you're dumb. So you...
Oh, yeah, I'm dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
right, okay.
Just for those of you who might know me from Hales and all of that stuff, yes, or my Evidence Through Motion channel, I am all of those things. However, I also have a background in naval aviation. When I was in the Navy, I was an aviation electronics technician, 2nd class, air warfare qualified, if you want to be super specific and add all the letters stuff. My better half has a degree in aeronautical engineering, so I have an in-house expert on all things avionics or airframes and power plants. He has an AMP license. He is my superhero, although he will not act like an expert. And when I ask him questions, he says, I'm not an expert, but. However, before we get started, a couple of things that I have to do. So, drinks of choice today, because we are going to start doing this because hilariously, God. I am drunk on stream every day.
Wait, what? Can I just say something? I mean, obviously, you've just been richly.
Can I ask? Can you say something like you're like that's ever stopped you?
No, it hasn't. But that's beside the point. I'm being polite, so shut the fuck up for a second. Right? Listen, right, you're dumb. I'm loudmouth. Home, easy. Right, bring it back in. Bring it back in. Home. Right. Okay. Right. You've told what you do. Yeah. I am a former infantry, and also I used to investigate shit in my job, and I'm really good at shit. I'm also a former BCDT instructor, and I am a fucking sheepshagger. I'm built like a brick shithouse. I've got a heart. I'm a big teddy bear, and I know a lot. I know a little about a lot. I'm not an expert, but I like researching. Hence, like, I love to go and do research. Now, I need to make sure that I need to check her blood level, because obviously if she's got too much blood in her alcohol system, we need to then, eh? And also I need to make sure, right, okay, 2 + 2 squid.
If you're in somebody's world, 16 and a half. I mean, 6 = 15. So
okay, minus 3.5.
And 60 = 250.
Okay, minus 3.5.
The math ain't mathing. However,
yes.
So what I tend to drink on stream is I don't have one because I've had my caffeine fill for the day. So staying within my recommended daily dose of caffeine.
Look at that.
I don't have any more caffeine for the day. So we have, because I went to the gym and I sweated my ass off, I sweated like a lips in church. So, and also lips, this is how you do a full face of makeup without looking like a clown.
Talking about, just before we go into this NTSB thing, obviously you know that I like to research and I like to search. So I did an overall check on in general information. Now, here's the thing. You can actually, I don't know, I'm still trying to find out if it actually costs money or not. However, you can remove anything that's on Google. I don't know anything else, but on Google, you can actually have it removed if you actually go through the process of having it removed through Google. Now, here's the thing.
And we have water.
Excuse me?
I said, and we have water. So we have sparkling water.
Yeah.
My soul
I've got
drink.
I've got coffee, and you do this to me every time.
I know.
Two things. First of all, I have seen, and I know there is evidence of deception, subterfuge, and actually lies, not just to the courts, but also to the populace. And two, right? If you put it on the interwebs, then you are publicly admitting and giving people that to use for comment and criticism. I'm still here. I'm waiting for the dramatic pause there. That was. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go back in my box.
It's just been a busy day. I got off the phone a little while ago with the county coroner to. I have to provide my written statement about a couple of weeks ago, so it's a fun time.
You are having a very nice.
Unlike the rumor that's been going around, my friend had a medical emergency at the gym. He did not make it. He just so happened to be the DA for my area.
Oh, yeah.
So they are doing an investigation because he was an elected official. I don't know the DA, and that's the reason my case is going to be better. No, my friend had a medical emergency, did not make it through that medical emergency. His funeral was last weekend, and I have to do a written statement for the coroner's office so they can do their investigation for the governor's office, because the governor has to get involved because he's an elected official. Like the logic and common sense just don't seem to apply to some people.
Quick question
that's
for you.
How I know that's how I quote unquote know the DA. Yes, because he died.
All right. Okay. Obviously, you know that I don't hide anything from anybody. So how's your wife?
Oh yes, and the pictures that have been posted about me with purple hair. Purple's my favorite color, as you can tell. So that's kind of a compliment. And with the pride flag in the background, like, that is not my lifestyle. However, to think that that is going to insult me or harass me is very homophobic of her.
Yes, and it's actually slightly discriminating as well.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though.
Some people.
I know, I know. Children, you just can't. You can't let children
just can't make this shit up.
I know. Anywho,
all right. So we're gonna get straight into this, and then I have to run and grab something real quick.
Oh, do you want me to entertain them?
Oh yeah, you get to. The floor is all yours. So we left off 4 hours into this hearing.
Yeah.
This
I mean, like when we do this, okay. Right. I know that you seem to fucking drop this on me like once I go past it, but these rabbit holes, I mean, with the amount of incidents that are occurring, not in just in what? Hey, listen, jealousy won't get you anywhere, JK. Wind your neck and get back in your box. Oh shit, that's funny. He's funny. He's funny.
Oh, also, I have talked about getting Botox. That the idea that me talking about a topic has anything to do with someone else, or when they hear it, they think it's about you. That's a freaking really weird way to live. I have talked about getting Botox, but I have also talked about what's in our cosmetics, and that's tomorrow's topic for ETM is what's in our cosmetics, including things that procedures and stuff like that. Therefore, I use F-Bomb. I use Beef Tallow Skincare to hopefully prevent this, what the F line, which is working overtime.
I think you should keep that because that suits you when you get pissed off and that you just see that fucking divide like the Red fucking Sea, Moses and the Red Sea in between your fucking eyes. It's like, yeah, okay, I think we need to pack and leave.
I call it my WTF line because it literally shows up.
I don't think. Like, I think you should keep it. I think you should keep it.
I use Beef Tallow Skincare through the Tallow Truth. And the reason I talk about it is because they are an affiliate of this channel. And I have an affiliate link, thetallowtruth.com, and use code SQUID for 15% off. Thank you, Lips, for making my promo very easy today. And a nice transition. I can't.
You just
Botox for your that's the thing. My neurologist wanted to give me Botox for my headaches. So
wait a minute.
Botox has been brought up on this channel.
Wait a minute. Hold the press, hold the horses, hold the phone. Hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. You've got what do they call it again? You just fucking said it.
Botox?
No. You got a spot. Is that a sponsor? Yeah.
Yeah, I have an affiliate.
Right. So basically, if you got an affiliate or you got sponsorship, right, and she's done what she's done. Oh, Leslie, you are in so much fucking shit because you're affecting a business.
Well, it's actually had it's actually had the opposite effect. Since she's talked about it and she's talked about me, I've gotten more clicks on that affiliate link in the past 10 days-ish than I have in the last month.
Good.
So, yes.
Good.
Yes. Good. Volusia One did send the incredibly generous gift. And now, please, that you've helped me out, please worry about yourself. You guys have a lot of things to worry
Jeff.
About.
Get your ass out of that bed. Come on.
He's not in his room right now. He's getting some, and I hear my dad in the background yelling at my daughter, so it's a fun time.
Yeah. Am I too loud or am I not loud enough?
You're fine. You sound fine to me. I hear my dad. Papa Squid got here today. That's the reason why we're a little bit later. Papa Squid got here. And I didn't want to Papa Squid got here combined with the fact that I had to make a few phone calls and fill out some paperwork. I needed an extra little bit of time.
Oh,
however, you are still alive. That is always a plus. I have not emailed you in a couple of days. But boy, do I have some stories for you, Devil Fan.
Yeah, Devil Fan comes and says hello to you, but doesn't say shit to me. Go fuck yourself, Devil Fan.
Well, he didn't really say hi. He just said I'm still alive. There's a difference here. But we are going to get into this hearing.
I don't know what. Too much caffeine in my system right now.
And this is the reason I love this is because that is my phrase. Stay
That's
salty.
brilliant. Stay salty.
Stay salty.
Oh, shit.
All right. We're going to get
Keep
into
an eye on
this.
that ginger guy. Keep an eye on that ginger guy there. The second from the left. Keep an eye on him.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Brian Knopp.
Brian, yeah.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on him.
And so I will drop the link for part 1 from last Wednesday in the chat or in the description of the video. Last week, we got a lot of, well, we rely on this person or this group of people to give us our input. And some of it made sense, having a background in aviation. Some of it and the processes made sense. From the manufacturer to the third-party repair, because the airlines themselves cannot do all the work themselves. They hire out for example, like Air Canada used to. I don't know if they do anymore. It's been a decade, but Air Canada used to hire a company called AAR to do their deep inspections, like their, I don't know the frequency, but say like a 50 hour, 100 hour, 300 hour, 12 month, 24 month, that kind of stuff. That the everyday technicians, everyday avionics techs, the A&P guys, the structures guys that work for the airline at the airports cannot do. They do stuff at night. If a pilot comes back, they troubleshoot. If a plane comes back that night and has problems, they call them, and they do stuff at night. They bring the planes to the hangar, do stuff there. But like the deep, dark down work goes to another thing. But we also did that when our planes in the military had deeper inspections that they needed. We sent them out to contractors, even in the military. So that's normal. But some of the things that I was hearing, I was like, what? How did you not? Why is this done this? So there's things that I'm hoping are going to change from this. However, it was a lot of non-answers and just a lot of lawyer shit, to be honest. Like, and this is one of the reasons it kind of crosses over. When someone asks you a yes or no question, they want a yes or no answer. They don't want, well, this happened, this. It's not what I asked. So there's a lot of that. Between STE San Antonio, the guy on the right, just looking like he's nervous as hell, to David Springer from UPS, who just rubbed me the wrong way. There's somebody in every hearing that you look at and you're like, I don't like this dude. I think he's slimy. I think he's trying to cover his ass. I just don't like it. And that's him. To the FAA guys, which we never really like the FAA because the FAA and the NTSB do not get along. And it's kind of fun to watch.
It's so the ones sitting in the background that they've been getting my attention. It's especially
Miss
her.
Trunchbull. It's Miss Trunchbull over here. She does remind me of Miss Trunchbull.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you know who Miss Trunchbull is?
Yeah.
Google them.
Yeah, it's from Matilda. Is it from Matilda? Yeah.
Yep.
But the thing is, one thing I've noticed with her is when these guys are being asked questions, she seems to be watching them. It's like, she's trying to say, watch what you say, make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's, and it's like they're very careful at the moment. Very careful.
It reminds me of the two Army guys from the last hearing that we watched from the
back
DC
25. Yeah.
So it's left to like and lurking behind you like a creepy ex-boyfriend. My hubby is former Royal Air Force, now works at an airport, so I'm curious about this now. That's what makes it.
I've got one thing to say to that. Sorry.
You're fine. Yeah, this right here. And thank you for bringing that up, Jeffrey, because that's the word I couldn't think of. The non-committal attitude and the non-answers. They have a crap ton of information. And the chairman or chairwoman of the NTSB is my spirit animal. I love her, Jennifer Hamidi. She's like, if you don't know the answer, it's okay to say, I don't know, and we'll get back to you. But there's just been a lot of ums and uhs and
yeah, it's called plausible deniability. What they're trying to basically is plausible deniability. They've got the information, but they don't want to pass on the information off because one, they probably think that they're not the right person to say that said information, or they believe that if they do put that information out into the public, that it then will cause a ripple effect within their system.
And to be fair, the people who actually really should be testifying in these hearings are the people who sign the paperwork, not the executives who have no hands-on experience or devil's advocate have not had hands-on experience in many years since they entered executive roles.
Corporate, yeah.
Who really should be here is the people who did the inspections, signed the paperwork, actually do the day-to-day crap, and had hands on that aircraft. However, you are having firsthand knowledge of what happens to people's personalities when they are under investigation from the NTSB. For example, if you do an inspection on an airplane and it has an incident, the NTSB is coming to talk to you if you touched that aircraft, and they are not nice about it. They look like nice people, but they are not nice people when they're asking you questions. That happened back in 2015-ish to Mr. Squid, and it was a strain on. There's a reason that we're late to the game, if you know what I mean. Even though we knew each other for 20 years, and the NTSB is partially to blame for that. I blame the government. Yeah, that's how I am. But we're going to get started. I do have this plane at we're going to go 1.25 speed because listening to these people at normal speed will give everybody a migraine. And I don't like to do that to you. We do like to watch the hearings and not just give you a recap in a 30-minute video because of the fact you can't get nuance in a 30-minute recap. You can get nuance when you see the body language and you see the tone of voice and the non-answers and the back and forth. But I also
muted myself.
No,
I muted myself by mistake. I was trying to fucking say something, and I thought, "Oh, that's rude." Seriously, keep an eye on fucking Brian, the FFA guy, that ginger guy. Keep an eye on him. Watch his body language.
It's always the gingers.
Hi, Blondie.
Where's Freckle Ginger to rage quit when you need her?
Yeah. Hey, oh God, yeah. Don't say that. She's like J.K. Film. She'll appear from fucking nowhere.
Yeah, it's not even the people who sign the paperwork. I want to hear from the maintenance guys what their job actually consists of, what they're told to look at and not told. Oh, I can tell you stories.
Yeah, that will never happen.
There's reasons that I don't fly if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The day they allow the ground pounders and the grease monkeys to fucking speak out will be the day where all this, what you're looking at, has totally fucking, yeah, no. I doubt very much they'll like to put them, hello, what are you? I'm an aircraft mechanic. Oh, right, okay, then let's put like billions and billions of dollars worth of company on the shoulders of a mechanic. No, they won't do that. They won't allow that. You know that. I know that.
Yeah. Yes. If God wanted us to fly, he would attach wings to us. That's a very good point. There's a meme of Squid with purple hair. Yeah, I will send it. I will send a copy to you on Discord.
I think you should get a wig. I think you should get. No, seriously, I think you should do that.
I had surgery. When I had my surgery, I had purple hair.
So. I think you should get some sort of like. I mean, to be honest with you, it'd be fucking hilarious to sit here. I mean, I don't think I could keep a straight face. Well, I can't.
All right, now that I'm not going to interrupt you, but now that we've got our obligatory 20 minutes of BS and then our 5 minutes of discussing what has happened in the past, we are going to get into this hearing because if we don't get through it, we're never going to get through it. And yeah.
Majority of SCRs reported fall into.
What I'm understanding.
I mean, the system's built. I mean, with the reporting and all those things, you know, it pulls. I mean, you can look at all that data. I mean, you're going to look at each one and look at specifically what type of, you know, issues are involved. Is there immediate corrective action? You know, we know that the majority of SDRs reported fall into ATA 53, which is fuselage, and then next is lights. So some of those are indication lights, and some of those, and they're found through things, and they find out it's a light bulb. So there's some things in the system that, you know, gets reported and maybe is not of a real safety concern once additional corrective or, you know, additional investigation and corrective action is done in those. So there's a lot of things that, you know, as you're looking through those things, you know, you do see some things that are reported. Like I said, in 53, you find a lot of corrosion. We all know in the wet areas of these aircraft, you know, just about every, you know, when you see check, you pull up the floor, you're going to find some corrosion. And then you're looking to see what is it localized, is it systemic.
And especially with certain areas of the country that fly near the coast and you fly from like New York to London, or, you know, LA to wherever, you're going to get corrosion because you are flying over salt water. So when he says this, it's like, yes, it sounds bad, but that's why airlines and companies have specific people who are corrosion experts, because metal and water and salt cause corrosion. Like, I don't want to give you all of, like, you know, physics lesson, but metals tend to have problems with water and salt.
Yeah, and don't forget aluminium. Like you Americans say,
aluminum.
I can't even fucking say it.
Aluminium.
It's
yeah,
aluminium. Aluminium. And also you got carbon fiber, and all. You got various different materials that aircraft are made of.
Jeffrey, I will have to ask Mr. Squid specifically what it's coated with. It is coated, but it only goes so far. Nothing is ever 100%.
Exactly.
Nothing is ever 100%.
Don't they put it into the paint?
Your paint is designed to
there you go.
Stop your car from rusting, but cars still get rust.
Yeah, but if I can remember correctly, there was many moons ago, I watched when they were doing the Airbus 380. I actually watched a 4-part series, and basically they went through the paint process. Like they put like a layer on, and then the paint is specifically designed to reflect UV. And I think it was something else. It was like, you know, corrosion resistant. So it's within the paint itself.
Yeah,
but
Mr.
I don't know.
I'm just a structures guy, so he would definitely know the answer to that. It's just one of those things that if I don't use it, I lose it. I don't use it, therefore it doesn't stay.
Can you find out? Can you ask?
Brilliant. I'm just, like I said, just writing it down in my my notebook here of to do.
Yeah.
I will do that. So let's
Systemic issue, right? Because if it is, you know, that's what the PI is always asking is, hey, operator, why this aircraft, and why are you saying it's not systemic, and why do we not need to change the inspection interval? So those are things that are going on every day behind the scenes, and that's why you know, I'm not going to even say it, so I'll just leave it there.
And just a last question. I feel like, again, we've sort of alluded to this in some of the answers, but
you want to go back and hear that?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Behind the scenes, and that's why you know, I'm not going to even say it, so I'll just leave it there.
And
really? That's fucking professional. Wow. Well done there, Mr. Freaking Four Eyes. Well professional. I'm not going to say it. You absolute fucking tit. Pardon me. Sorry, carry on.
It's like sometimes I feel like even though things might be common sense to people with an aeronautical engineering degree, or people who work in the FAA, you still need to get it on record and say it.
Yeah, but I had to ask you to rewind that just to hear it again, because I thought I was fucking hearing things. The fact that he said that. I mean, you're in an NTSB fucking hearing.
You work for the damn FAA. Have some decorum.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry for calling you Four Eyes, but then again, it's not. It's always, you need to make sure when you're looking through the windows. Anyway, but the fact that he said that, That just shows the level of professionalism. It sounds like a fucking 10-year-old being told, no, you can't have that lollipop.
I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it.
No, I'm
JK,
not saying it. I'm not saying it. But look at the guy. Look at the guy. Look at Brian. I've been watching him, and I've watched a bit of the video, and either he is so desperate to have the attention, or he is so scared. It's either one or the other. It's nothing in the middle. He is rigid. And the others, one looks like he's about to fucking fall asleep. The other one looks like he's about to have a heart attack. And the other one looks like, where am I again? That's the one in the middle, by the way.
Jack of all trades. Military uses or did use corrosion X aviation to help with corrosion. It was at one time the only mil-spec chemical used on aircraft. No idea now. And for all intents and purposes, I was aviation electronics. I was inside the plane, except for outside we had our antennas. But for the most part, I was inside the plane. I am not a structures guy. Since I was called a dude, I might as well like embrace it. I'm not a structures guy. We had an entire corrosion prevention department in our squadron. I have no idea. That's not the only people who went there on rotation were mechs and airframers.
Don't you have specific
avionics?
Yeah, don't you have, I mean, that's probably why every aircraft you worked on had disco lights, but that's beside the point. Don't aircraft, I mean, military aircraft, I do know that military aircraft have a special solution for their windows. And I think civilian aircraft have like some sort of membrane. But when it comes to the paint on civilian aircrafts, I would really like to know if it is true that there's a specialized chemicals paint mix. What was that? What the fuck was that?
Said just a little. He doesn't want to disturb the stream.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So it'd be very interesting, one, to know, if the paint is a mix ratio for anti-corrosion and everything else, because don't forget, there are other aircraft. They're not just made of aluminium, but they're made composite materials. So it would be very interesting because each material has a different corrosion level. So it'd be very interesting to hear that.
And when you touch two different, like, I'm not a structures guy, but when you put two different metals together.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily the best results. I'm just saying, like, I've gone through enough chemistry in college and high school to know. And yes, I did graduate from college. Oh, FYI.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it online college or was it a real college? Oh, look at you.
So I'm uneducated.
Yeah.
Me uneducated self has a college degree. It's only an associate's, but I didn't have to pay for it either. So I managed to go through college with no student loans. So it was a lesbian college. Well, my best friend in college is a lesbian. So, there's that.
Just sent you a message privately.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't care, because
yeah,
it's already been done. So I'm like,
yeah.
It's just interesting that people are trying to make me mad by doing things, and it's like, no, you've pushed me on beyond mad to pathological.
Oh yeah, I must admit, to change very quickly, I am having fun doing research.
There are reasons why when people and I have spats, so to speak, I say, don't talk to me anymore. Don't act like you don't know me. Or I just say, I'm out, have a nice life.
Yeah.
Because when people push me and I'm allowed off my proverbial bitch leash, I get like this.
I mean, even I've put all on my protection gear and got my fucking long stay away fucking 6 foot fucking taser to keep her away from me. The basement is not that big, so I need to protect myself somehow.
And NEM, thanks for the 5 Squid Circle memberships. Thank you very,
Yay!
very much.
Oh, hello, darling. Ooh.
I appreciate you. It matters because now I have bills to pay more than normal. More than normal. So, yeah, there's that. So we'll get back into this hearing and see how the attitudes change. They have some major attitudes, like major attitudes. You can tell they do not want to be here. It shows.
Just watch.
Just the last question.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, just watch the ginger guy, the lady behind, and watch the guy in the mid. You know, like if you look at the middle, over the right-hand shoulder of David fucking Springer, watch that guy as well. There's 3 people you need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, the guy all the way on the end over here acts like he doesn't even want to be there. This guy, I'm not really sure what to think of him. He reminds me of somebody, but I can't put my finger on it. It's just, yeah. The only person who's, I feel, honestly, given the best the best committal answers, even though I'm still like, I don't believe, you're full of shit, is this guy right here, Shannon Deckard from UPS. I'm not liking anybody, but you know me, I don't play well with others. I go into things giving people the benefit of the doubt, but very quickly forming opinions on people. And Shannon Deckard is the only one on here that I think is doing his best to cover his ass, but also give truthful answers. Just, However, let's get into this.
Because he's old school. Look at him. He's the oldest one on that table. So therefore, he goes by old school rules. So, if you don't like what I'm fucking saying, tough. Deal with it.
Pretty much.
And I feel like, again, we've sort of alluded to this in some of the answers, but excuse me, I just wanted to get, your opinion. Are the challenges with the SDR database, is it a volume issue, excuse me, or a data quality issue?
I think more so along the data quality issue. If we're looking for trends and repeats, it is not an easy thing to do. Like I said, anytime we have fillable fields, there's that opportunity for inconsistency. So I think that's one aspect. I think the platforms that we are looking at leveraging down the road, technology that's coming in, I think we're going to be in a different place. But unfortunately, we haven't found that magic platform yet that's going to do that for us. But that is something we are absolutely in search of. And like I said, the SRM that Mr. Knopf was talking about is something that we're finalizing and hopefully getting approval to move forward with those items that we're looking forward to making some improvements. The good thing is, one thing that we haven't done in the past is we didn't do a good job of bringing the data folks with us. So in this SRM, we absolutely made sure the data folks were in the room. So we're hoping that will also.
Okay, no disrespect, but how can you fucking update when it comes to aircraft when you have to update the fucking ATCs and all the equipment in ATCs and actually have everything at the same level? Therefore, the less problems you will have.
Well, I see your point, but he's talking about more of the maintenance side of the house. So there is a way to improve things in aviation without the ATC. So I see your point, and that is a huge portion of it. But remember, this is talking about structures, corrosion issues, engines, maintenance procedures, inspection timelines, things along those lines, which is completely different side of the spectrum from air traffic control and all of those host of issues. We could go down rabbit holes with those.
Then they need to do it across the board, because the thing is, like you and I have personally witnessed the different systems in aircraft, one that don't work and some that don't work, some that don't use, some they do use. Like, you have to bring everything up to the same level and also then train the staff up or train the crew up.
I understand where you're coming from, but that is not their job. These people are specifically talking about structures.
Got you.
Not avionics.
Okay.
That's an avionics issue. This is the structures. Maintenance, improving the maintenance side and how to do things from a structures perspective. Structures and avionics are very, very different. Like, very different. The only place where they cross over is, in my opinion, is the wiring inside the engine.
Mhm.
But this was bearings, cracks, microscopic cracks.
But does he sound like he's deflecting though, the way he's answering this question?
Yeah, but he's been doing that from the very beginning. So with him, you got to read between the lines. But I see where you're coming from, and I get it. And I
Okay.
get the frustration with the avionics side of some planes have this, some planes have this, but they're not compatible with certain airfields. Totally understand that.
Mhm.
However, this is a structures. This is
Mhm.
this is Mr. Squid's wheelhouse right here. That's why when I sent him those pictures, he was like, "Well, somebody wasn't doing their job." I was like, but the who? But the who wasn't doing their job? So it's his response to me was something along the lines of somebody's not doing their job. Mr. Squid is a structures guy. He has his airframe and power plant license. He is a structures guy through and through. This is his wheelhouse. I'm avionics. The stuff
Considering they don't do the checks for what was it, every 6 years, is it?
certain checks, not every. That's the
Oh,
thing. Also,
yeah, sorry,
certain
on a
things are
different.
every 6
sorry.
years, and that's
Sorry,
where
I'm
I get
wrong.
like. That's where I get like not frustrated, but when you hear every 6 years, only certain systems are every 6 years. There are certain systems, like the plane that I worked on, we had 50 hours, 100 hours, like, and it also goes by, there's inspections that go by calendar time, and there's inspections that go by flight time. Everything
Like
is
hours,
different.
yeah.
Every aircraft is different. So you get manufacturer specs. It's kind of like government. Like the manufacturer is like the federal government. They do the overall, and what they say kind of goes. And then the operator, which is like your local or state governments, can add things to it, but can
Mhm.
never take away from it. Kind of a government analogy, shall you say. It's not exactly like that, but that's the closest thing that I can come up with on the fly without really thinking about that. MDN, thank you. Boeing uses chromium dioxide primer. Appreciate that. See, and this is why I love the chat. Because like it's hard to know the specifics of everything. You will be good at one thing and you will be really, really bad at others. Like even Mr. Squid's like, I know what I know, and I'm really good at what I know, but I don't know what I don't know. And knowing what the paint mix and primers and stuff like that and what chemicals, I'm not a structures guy. I don't know. So, but I never claim to know. See, there's another thing to people who hate me and hate watchers. I know you're out there. I don't claim to know everything. That's why when someone has a question that I can't answer, I write it down and I ask someone who might know, aka my fiance.
Do you want to know what it is?
And I love that people are saying that Mr. Squid has to divorce me. We're not even married. It's like, tell me you don't watch my channel without telling me. Squid, we all hate you. Okay.
He's a fucker.
Point taken. Love you too, Devil Fan. Good. I'll be getting hate emails later.
Devil Fan brings the fucking humor, the typical squatty humor into this all the time.
But I've also Devil Fan is also someone I've worked with outside of YouTube. Like,
what is a crayon? Is he a crayon eater?
no, he and I have worked with what I do on evidence through motion. He and I have worked in that area of life. So, you know, getting back into this.
This will drive better data intelligence and an actionable data.
And when is the SRM scheduled to be completed?
I think it's sent up for approval. So hopefully we'll see more information soon. Brian, if you know more.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Chairwoman Hamady, that's all for us.
Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and break for lunch. Please, we're going to come back at 1:30. And please return in time to pass through security. I ask that the witnesses return. All right, Moni, and get us started.
That's another thing is why we watch it on replay. We don't watch it live, is because we can skip it and we can cut all the extra crap. They did it. They edited the video before they uploaded it. This was not live. So they cut out coming back from lunch. Thank God. But I can still skip forward. So if you see me skipping 5 to 10 seconds at a time, it is literally them going, here's the bathrooms. The bathrooms work this time, surprisingly enough.
Thank you. This section will focus on the Federal Aviation Administration and Boeing's continued operational safety program and processes. Specifically, we will question the witnesses about the following: the Federal Aviation Administration's methodology for continued operational safety, Boeing's continued operational safety program, working agreements between the Federal Aviation Administration and Boeing related to the continued operational safety program, and continued operational safety program oversight. The witnesses and technical panel members remain the same. However, the seating orders have changed. I'll begin with the NTSB staff. To my right, they are Mr. Clinton Cruikshanks, Aerospace Engineer for Structures, Mrs. Eloisa Oki, Aerospace Engineer for Structures, Mr. Nils Johnson, Aviation Accident Investigator for Maintenance, and Dr. Catherine Wilson, Senior Human Performance Investigator. Sitting in the first row for witnesses nearest to the board members, the witnesses are Mr. Brian Knopp, Manager of the Continued Operational Safety Branch, Federal Aviation Administration, Dr. Melanie Violet, Technical Advisor for Continued Operational Safety, Federal Aviation Administration, Mr. Scott Hirsch, Senior Director of Boeing Commercial Airplanes Fleet Operations, Boeing, Mr. Justin Konopask, Director of Airframe Service Engineering, Boeing, and Mr. Henry Gallegos, Director of Engineering, STE San Antonio Aerospace. In the second row, closest to the board members, we have Mr. Danny Wu, Manager of Commercial Aircraft Group, Flight Standard Service, Federal Aviation Administration, Mr. David Springer, Senior Director of Engineering, UPS, Mr. Shannon Deckard, Director of Quality Assurance, UPS, and Mr. Clint Dickens, Maintenance Controller, Teamsters. Chairwoman Hamidi, these witnesses have been pre-qualified and their respective experience and qualifications appear in the docket. The witnesses were sworn in this morning and remain under oath until the conclusion of the
Christian. The set of questions is for the FAA and Boeing. For FAA, what is the regulatory reporting requirement for design approval holder and organization delegation authorization for structural defects?
Could you please call up Exhibit 7V as in Violet? The second page.
And these exhibits are still not available to the public as of yesterday.
My colleague, Mr. Wu, spoke this morning about the requirements 121 and 145 for operators and repair stations, respectively. The bottom two rows in this table would apply.
Whoa. Shortly before I retired, Boeing and their suppliers started a mechanic inspection process. Mechanics were buying their own work. Mechanics were buying off their own work. Not buying like, so the chat, not buying like, money. Buying off their own work, like signing off their own work. Whereas, I'm like, I thought, and this is another thing that I'm like, I don't understand. From a military to the people and the companies that I've dealt with or I know about, and I've heard personal stories from someone who has worked 20 years in civilian aviation, or 16 years in civilian aviation. Sorry, I got out before he did. I thought, and this is the thing, I thought when I was in the military, I was told that I would need an AMP to get any job in civilian aviation. Turns out that's not true. Secondly, when Mr. Squid told me that like a couple years ago, I was like, are you effing serious right now? And secondly, all the companies that I've known Mr. Squid to work at have an inspection process because I've known inspectors. Some of his friends are inspectors. Actually, all of his friends are inspectors. But Boeing did not always have a mechanical inspection process. They were buying their own work. That is, yeah, thank you. I knew what you meant. But yeah, buying, when people hear buying, they think, spending money. No. So it's appreciate that. Annie M, you'd be a fascinating person to have a conversation with. So it surprises me that mechanics are allowed to do certain things that mechanics are allowed to do.
To Boeing, 14 CFR 21.3 for Boeing as a holder of a type certificate And then the 18363 for Boeing as a holder of an ODA, an organization designation authorization. What's shown here in the last column is the reporting requirements relevant to structural failures, malfunctions, and defects. 21.3 has a very specific list of items that must be reported. And again, as they pertain to structures, a significant aircraft primary structural defect or failure caused by any autogenous condition. And examples are fatigue, understrength, corrosion, etc. 18363 is a little bit broader. It requires the ODA holder to report any condition in a product, part, or appliance that could result in the finding of an unsafe condition by the FAA administrator.
Has there been any evolution to this requirement since 2005?
21.3, the wording shown here has not changed. It was, I believe, first published around 1970. And the specific wording that was shown on the screen a moment ago has not changed. There have been a few other changes to that regulation. 18363, the ODA designation itself came into being since 2005. I don't remember the exact year. Would you happen to know when Boeing received the ODA? Okay, I believe it was around 2010, but I don't have an exact date. We can get an exact date for you if that would be helpful.
See, and answers like that I can appreciate because she says, I think, but I don't know. Even though she said don't get, Jennifer Homendy said don't guess, she gave like a range, I believe around 2010, and I can get you so that the people asking the questions have some freaking idea of what they're talking about or, you know, of a time frame. She didn't give like, hey, this exact date and it's not be true. She's around 2010. I can appreciate her more than everybody else. And maybe it's just a woman thing. No offense, guys. No offense, guys.
Yes, please. For Boeing, how does Boeing comply with the requirements just stated?
If we could please go to Boeing Exhibit 7T, page 2. And I'd like to discuss how we comply with our in-service reporting for 21.3. Maybe it's the previous page, page 1. Thank you. As you see here, the Boeing company in the third bullet has created a working agreement with the FAA to implement the cost working agreement. And so we established first in 1999 with the FAA, and then it's been evolved over the years, including ratifications into the Long Beach Group in roughly 2005. And this is how we meet our requirement for 21.3 reporting.
When does the blame game start?
Discuss FAA's continued operational safety process.
What?
I'm just waiting for the blame game to start. I'm sorry.
That one I have nothing for. Like I got nothing for that.
I mean, it's like look, I get it. You've got all these different levels of inspections and, you know, all the system that you've got there that we saw last time. But even a well-planned system never fucking functions the moment it hits the fucking ground running. Right? You adapt, you know, like, I mean, you can fucking brainwash people with this shit, showing them all this. But at the end of the day, every good system, regardless of how good it is, will always have faults, regardless, at the beginning, during, and at the end. So I'm just waiting for the blame game now. Because this is exactly the same of every NTSB report. Every time you put someone in front of a spotlight, right? You've got they start stuttering, or they just try to bamboozle you with this little flashy light, which is called documents. And you know, it's, excuse me, 1 second.
Yeah, and originally part of this stream was to have these documents and have read them beforehand, have read all of them, not just the certain pages that they're showing. However, they did take, the NTSB took all of their dockets offline for a little bit and are slowly, according to the email I got from the NTSB when I reached out and asked why, they said they were slowly adding them back because they were going through them, and don't quote me, the guy said they were going through them to check for something. And I don't know what that something was offhand. I would have to look at my email.
Right.
However, They have not put it back online.
Right. Just for the record, none of this, their legal representation is not Luthman and Life Jacket Lips, is it? Just to make absolutely sure, because there's so much documentation going on here. You know, we need to make absolutely sure. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I needed to get it out of my system. You can fucking do whatever you like now.
I just the life jacket. Jeez.
Well, I mean, if she lays back with,
I mean, all aircraft do have personal flotation devices underneath the seats. Maybe she doesn't need one.
No, but seriously, I mean, I'm just waiting for the blame game now, because they're trying to flood the investigation with certification part, all this shit. I mean, that is the typical get out of the fucking, get out the spotlight type of move.
Well, also they do have to show the regulations, because the NTSB will make determinations on whether the regulations need to change. So blaming the regulations, if we're sticking to the regulations and this happened, means that there's a regulation problem. Let's change the regulations. So devil's advocate, because that's what we do here. Yes, I do think they are playing the blame game, but in certain aspects, there's a reason for that, because it could mean communication breakdowns. So the non-committal answers get me, but the blame game, some way I think is covering their ass, but in some ways is also, this is the way it's done per regulations. And if this is the way it's done per regulations and shit still happens, why are our regulations written this way?
This is my whole point, because like at the end of the day, you and I and anyone who served had to follow a system. We had annexes, regulations. We had, like for us, we have JSP, right?
Yeah, but devil's advocate, not even military regulations are always right.
No, exactly, yeah. But I was going to say that, like with us though, it's more like on the fucking, you need to follow the instructions. Now, if something fails, like if there are procedures that don't work, then you fix those procedures so it does work. And like, I mean, and by the way, I'm going to ask Amogirl to make 2 pictures of you and me looking like devils, because we're using devil's advocate so much. So I think that it would suit us. Like,
that is me. Some people have called it a fence rider, but at the same time, it's looking at both sides of a situation and not just using my anger.
I agree, but you know as well as I do that every system has faults, and a system never survives the first fucking moment it hits the ground running. So it's a system that's always being updated, being worked on. So coming up with this is probably already out of fucking date.
That's the thing. That's what I feel is the problem. And this is personal opinion, because I don't have access, or nor have I sought access or looked at what's publicly available for every single incident that's ever happened. However, we're known, just society as a whole, and not just here, everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
We are a reactive society. People, when they complain about things like whistleblowers or are seen as negative things. But if you look at the other side of the coin, these are people that are knowing that there's a problem, seeing that there's a problem, nothing has happened yet, seeing that there is an issue with it, bringing it up, and being sometimes told, like in the Pat 25, the DCA crash, there were issues that were brought up and people were told not to talk about it. Don't worry about it. Mind your business. And there is perfectly a time to mind your business. But when that is your business and you bring it up and you are told to shut your mouth, that's what we need to stop doing. And I think that's what's happening in a shit ton.
But that's not going to happen when you're sitting on a fucking cushy fucking paycheck, right? And you know, I mean, like, they say money is all but the corrupt of evil. And to be perfectly honest with you, if you're sitting on a cushy paycheck and you've got all this power, you can always fob off the problem onto other people.
Snipe Hunter. it would be a bigger stretch to make you look like angels. At this point in my month, or at this point in 2026, you are correct. Because I have gone from tolerable with an attitude to, like I said, Mr. Squid, let me off my bitch leash. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to listening a little bit more because I want to hear from this group. I want to hear, and I'm going to watch her because for some reason, like since she's now on the front row, her body language and facial expressions and everything else has changed completely. It's like a different person.
Well, that's the difference between actually thinking about things and just listening.
Yeah. A lot of people
Stacey,
don't listen.
thank you for the gifted 5 Squid Purple memberships. Turn in the chat green or pink in this case. I appreciate you very much. All right.
No, Heidel, I'm not a chicken. It's not going to happen.
Wait, what?
Hey,
we like spicy squid. We're past spicy.
I'm just trying to figure out, is that a person fucking putting something up behind you over your left shoulder, right shoulder for us? Or is that a fucking like a trick of the fucking light and the way it's like if you look at it, if you look at the picture, look at him. Oh, it'll be his left shoulder, but for us it'll be his right shoulder.
Oh, Harry,
near the window.
I thought you were talking about me. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Near the window, because that looks like there's someone fucking holding on for dear life.
No idea.
Sorry, Harry, I do apologize, mate.
No idea.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting back into this.
Yeah, go for it.
Squid is in pissed off, kick you in the balls mode. No, Squid is want to make sure you tell your parents that you wish they would have aborted you.
No, Squid is the equivalent of scorched earth. So good luck. And I know I've seen it and I'm seeing it. So yeah.
Squid is I'm going to make you sue your parents for not aborting you.
When you said that to me the other day, I could stop laughing. Oh, shit.
For the FAA. Please briefly describe the continued operational safety process when the FAA received reports from Boeing Long Beach Division between 2005 to 2015.
Okay, so specific to that time frame in that office, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so reports, Boeing would submit cost reports per the criteria that were established in the 2005 working agreement. Those reports would be reviewed by engineers in the office. There was some evolution in that, internal review process throughout from 2005 or in before to 2011-12 timeframe. Those reports were reviewed notionally by individual engineers assigned to those reports. If the reports were determined to not be a safety issue by Boeing, our engineers had the discretionary, authority. They reviewed those reports and met with Boeing during partnership meetings.
Did he almost say 30 days and then hold it back? Was that what did I hear that right?
It sounded, and he sounds very like if you know something, if you are knowledgeable about a time stamp or a time span and everything that happened between 2002 or 2003 all the way up to 2011, you would know exactly what to say and how to say it. He seems to, it's like he's got an invisible shield in front of him. It's like from Minority Report, where he's got that invisible fucking fine and he's got his hands and he's moving shit around. It's like he's repeating shit parrot fashion.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I understand that, just being, even though I don't have many viewers, I don't have, I'm not like Megan and Tug level where I have 1,000 to 2,000 people watching it live. But I do understand that when you are asking questions and you are being recorded while answering those questions, to have notes. But sometimes things just look a little too scripted.
Yeah.
Like you're all reading from notes, or your entire answer is reading notes. If they wanted your entire answer to be from reading from notes, they would just take your damn notes. They wouldn't need you to answer. but I thought I heard him start to qualify 30 days and then and then stop. But I could be wrong. We'll just
You see, this is where the problem starts, because it's very like this is exactly the fucking problem that we've got. You sit on the panel, you come out with some gibberish, or you say what you want to say, and then suddenly people are sitting there going, well, is it 30 days or is it not? You know, are you sure about that? You don't sound sure. You know, that's where all the problems start. Consticle that uses her powers for good until
No, I'm just a regular cunt. A cunsticle is somebody who has a stick up their ass in addition to being a cunt. Like a popsicle, just a cunt.
or spank stain.
Yes, but air conditioner replacement fund, lips attorney fund, telefund, world on fire fund. Yes, it's been a very expensive month. In the Friday, we are getting our air conditioner. So there may not be a stream on Friday because my house will not have air conditioning on Friday. Air conditioning in Georgia in June, not fun to sit through. So I probably will not be streaming on Friday. However, if you do want to send them super chats or the Ko-fis for my air conditioner fund, it is a $15,000 bill.
Hey, hang on a minute. What are you whining about? You can sit in your fucking car.
I'm not doing a stream from my vehicle.
Just turn the engine on. Fucking have you got air conditioning? What are you on about?
Although I did do a stream from a hotel room in Savannah when we didn't have any power and we had to stay in a hotel for three days or so after the hurricane. But you know.
Shit, yeah, I remember that. I was talking to you there, wasn't I? Fucking hell.
Yeah. So yeah. I was just thinking instead of release the Kraken, it's prepare for the squid. It's something. I've been Mr. Squid gave me Mr. Squid keeps me on my my attitude in check. And he has fully said, you do what you need to do.
Humbug, Heidel. I mean, here's one thing you could do is just call it the Apocalypse Fund. Because you have to deal with. Because the thing is, you have to deal with zombies.
It's like an opposite of a hot tub stream.
God!
Cold water, cold water bath.
Now, wait. Here's a question: is that the son asking, or is that Jeff asking?
Probably.
Jeff, you got
probably his son.
Your son's sick. He's sick in the head.
No, probably his son, but probably with his wife right there going,
what?
You're insane.
Yeah, wait till I get you home, boyo.
Not from a vet, but like, you know, just from a he knows that. Oh yes. That's
I tell you one thing, some of the people that we have in our communities deserve a fucking medal. I tell you.
Yeah, and I am very not okay. This is going to sound weird. It's in a way, certain things that have happened, they suck that there were complications with surgeries and things like that. However, as a result, I have met some very nice people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Getting back to the from both Brittany and April.
I think that we should put a vote up just before we carry on to call the Apocalypse.
If I could give you the side eye from here, if I had another camera set up right here and I could give you the bombastic side eye, I would.
Yeah, I would personally, I think that you need to call, I think that like you implement everything into the Apocalypse Fund. I think you should call it the Apocalypse Fund.
Yes, wonderful people with awesome snark. Yes. Oh my God, let's get
Don't ignore me. You know that it's funny.
Well, it is, but we also have a hearing to get back to.
Oh yeah. Go.
Yeah, I could do a stream where we just talk, which would be Friday, except for
you're gonna get the shit.
It would literally be the apocalypse hell on earth stream because it would be 85 to 90 degrees in my house. I would literally be sweating like a lips in church formerly a horror in church, but
Yeah, and then you got Sweet going, you went there, man. You went in there, man. You don't know what it's like,
my
man.
phrase used to be, I'm sweating like a whore in church. That used the phrase I say all the time. Like it's not a YouTube thing, and I'll be out, outside, and I'm like, but now it's a lips in church.
Yeah, there's different sayings over here. Some of them I am not going to repeat.
No, Jeffrey, you don't get it. That means I have to be sitting in 85 to 90 degree weather.
Well, why don't you open the front door, the back door, sit right in the middle of it, and have the draft coming?
Have you not been to Georgia? No, wait, never mind.
Yes, good. See, you've answered that question yourself. You absolute idiot.
Okay, I don't know if you've heard.
Oh,
about
sure,
the
I've
South
been there many a times.
in the
Look, just carry on with the
think about Afghanistan
Oh,
with
yeah.
humidity.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, yeah. It's like sitting in a freaking oven. Yeah, no.
No, out in the desert, out by Roy is like sitting in the oven. This is like sitting in the sauna that never ends. There's a phrase about Florida: you take a shower on Monday and you dry off by Friday. It's the same thing here without the beaches.
Yeah, I mean, here's the funny part, right? On operations, you could be in the shower and you're still sweating your nuts off.
Well, I don't have those.
No, well, I mean, like,
I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, this is what I don't get, and I'm sorry for the derailment, but I don't understand how I can be called a dude and be a lesbian at the same time. Things don't.
It's called a strap-on.
Things don't add up. The math ain't mathing. Apparently, math is not someone's strong suit. However,
it's called a strap-on. I can't believe I said that. Can we get back to the case?
I was trying to ignore it and just move on, and like.
Can we get back onto the NTSB, please, before we really fuck up? Please.
So if you would like to contribute to my apocalypse fund, I am now going to be suing Spawn Trooper for just a visual of that. Oh, and I also like trying to troll someone trying to troll a Navy vet and harass a Navy vet using the name David Jones. Like if you're going to come up with a fake name, that's super clever, but not realistic.
Yeah.
Like that's the dumbest name you could have chosen.
That's one thing she's good at, is making a lot of accounts.
Yeah, but to troll, I get it. It's clever, but it's also like obvious. And subtlety is not her strong suit either.
Yeah. Do you know what? If I was Dorothy from fucking Wizard of Oz, no, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. Send me back to the fucking basement. Can we get back on, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna restart this.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Those meetings were at least every 2 months to discuss the cost reports and exchange information about the reports. It was a very more paper-based, certainly, than we are today with the exchange of information. In 2012, Safety Oversight Council was stood up, and that required a cross-disciplinary review of reports. So it wasn't just the discipline necessarily that was immediately affected that would review the reports, but it would be reviewed by all the disciplines, whether they were not safety items or safety items. Any item that Boeing identified as a safety item would have to go to our Corrective Action Review Board, or CARB, for review by the FAA to determine if an unsafe condition exists and if action was required to be mandated, which would ultimately lead to an airworthiness directive.
I understand that the FAA and the Boeing cost working agreement were harmonized in 2015. You kind of described some of the changes between 2012 and whatnot, but please describe any changes from 2015 to the current process.
Yeah, so from 2015 till now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That would be the definition of 2015 to current, unless you're in a different time frame than the rest of us, sir.
Or
so
2015 to present.
2015 to current, 2015 to present. Now I'm just being snarky.
Brain fart.
No, now I'm just being snarky because I'm like, y'all, like 2015 to current is
And
2015
wait,
to today's date, June
and it's
3rd,
not,
2026.
and it's not 2015, it's 2015.
Well,
Oh, I'm getting so sick and tired of people going, oh, 2020 and 2026, 26. Yeah, sorry, go on.
I say 2026. I say 2015. Sue me.
Well,
Yeah.
in 2015, there were two offices with primary responsibility for oversight of Boeing within Aircraft Certification Service. So that was the LA Aircraft Certification Office that had primary responsibility for products that were managed by Boeing in the Southern California area. That was legacy McDonnell Douglas products and other out of production products. That included 737, 100 through 500, and 757. And then in 2015, the Seattle Aircraft Certification Office was primarily responsible for in-production Boeing safety oversight. They worked with mostly Boeing engineers that were based in the Seattle area. Today, there's one office that is managing oversight of Boeing safety, no matter where it is. So that office is the branch that I manage. And so that is the biggest difference. There's been lots of evolution in how we do quantitative safety analysis to determine if there's an unsafe condition. And additionally, with other aspects that we review in the Corrective Action Safety Board. From a technology perspective, we moved from primarily a paper-based system starting in 1999 when the first agreement is till all digital review of cost items from Boeing and daily downloads automatically into our system. So there's, as you can imagine, from 1999 to 2026, quite an evolution on the information technology side and how we logistically do our reviews. So
Hang on a minute. Did he just say that
Was there
he managed that department?
He manages the only branch that handles Boeing.
So why is he sitting here? Shouldn't his if he's managing it, shouldn't be what? Excuse me, my brain just went.
Where's my buffering picture when I need it?
Because if he's managing it, why is he? I mean, yeah, okay, he's overall responsible for it, but if he's managing it, that means he's not always on the fucking floor.
There you go.
Thank you. Just bear with me a sec.
Spawn's brain.
No, it doesn't make any
It's
fucking sense.
melting.
Look. Huh?
It's melting.
It doesn't make any sense. If you are the head of that department, yes, when it comes to NTSB reports, yeah, overall, you are responsible for that department. However, you are not on the deck. You are not on the you haven't got boots on the ground to know what's going on day in, day out. All you get are the results, i.e. like the paperwork and everything else. Now, why is there no one else sitting there with him? Oh shit, my head's gone. My brain's gone. Ow.
Wait, was that a Botox pause? That's speaking of Botox, the reason why I haven't got Botox is because I have changed what I use for my skincare, which means F-bomb. Thanks, Lips, for putting my skincare into the forefront because they are an affiliate of this channel. And if you go to thetellotruth.com, it's a Canadian company. We don't hold that against them. And use code SQUID, you'll get 15% off your order. And not just your first order, but every order. And I am waiting for their sunscreen to come back into stock because for reasons. But that's the reason I haven't got Botox, because I put that on my what the fuck line.
You're too young to have Botox, by the way. Anyway, that's beside the point.
Botox is a toxin. So I really don't want to.
Isn't it fucking fat? Aren't you putting fat in your lips and shit? Sorry, didn't mean it to say that way.
No, I just use like a really good lip liner.
No. I mean, isn't Botox fat?
No, Botox is botulinum toxin.
Huh. I thought they just took fat from one spot and then put it in another fucking spot. Just shows you how much I know about Botox. Exactly.
But yeah, embalming fluid, Botox.
There you go. So yeah, anyway, so that's very interesting that fuck it. My brain's gone. I'm muting myself.
Also, man, she was trying to insult me. I had never mentioned her with Botox. I was talking about myself in Botox. Botox and migraines and Botox in this damn line in the middle of my head. She, in conversations with Botox, has never come up. She has this self-righteous, grandiose complex that every time someone mentions something that she knows something about, they're talking to her. It's like, no, bitch, no one cares about you.
I mean, to be realistic, I think I said it once or twice, but I didn't say it all the time.
But I talk about Botox, and the fact of why I do the skincare routine I do is to try to prevent me from caving and getting Botox, because I know Botox is not good for me. It might make me look good, but it's not good for me. And, you know,
I mean,
I know
just
she's
look at
infatuated with me, but I thank her for that, because she's done that. And I basically, it's doing my promos for F-Bomb. I no longer feel like I'm grifting because I'm just proving her wrong again.
Yeah. And also, if you enlarge your
like-
lip, just saying.
Just like to everybody who just came on, who wasn't here at the beginning, there is the college degree that I don't have.
Huh. That's invisible, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, and lips, I'm not a therapist. I'm a therapy assistant. There's a difference. See, that says occupational therapy assistant, because I know my lane and I stay in it.
Whereas I mean, you've got certificates on the wall behind you, Lips, but here's the difference. You're no longer a lawyer. She is still like an assistant therapist. So
Yeah, I renewed my certification in March.
Yeah.
So printed at Office Depot.
Anyway, can we go back onto a normal topic, like real stuff, instead of fucking fantasy and fucking people living?
Here's one for you, Spawn.
Oh, okay. Oh, that is nice. Oh, look at you. Look at you.
I got a Navy Achievement Medal.
Yes, congratulations. My one skin lays over my two skin. My two skin lays
Yep,
over
we're not doing that. All right. Let's get back to this.
Oh.
I am not a mental therapist. I am physical medicine and rehab. The psychology stuff is fascinating, but there ain't no helping him.
That's wait, no. I am actually fucking training to be a counselor, and I am quite far ahead. And by the way, I did pass my last test, by the way.
Oh, and you can't get one of these without having a college degree. Yep.
You should frame that.
Yeah, this one's expired. This was the first one. This was my valid through 3/31/2026. They don't do printed certificates anymore because it's a waste. They think it's a waste of paper, I guess. Unless I order it and I pay for it. I'm not gonna order and pay for something that like I don't really present anyway. It just sits in a folder. So
did I actually forget to mention the fact that I actually just I recently passed my my last test?
You failed to mention that.
Yeah, I failed to mention that. Mental health and emergency mental health.
Yeah. She has my real name. She sent me my address and how much I owe on my mortgage, which is like months old. And the fact that people keep bringing up Aflac, I haven't worked for them since before I was pregnant. So nice try.
And she has actually well.
But even if you did contact Aflac, I was a 1099 employee, so independent contractor. So like you wouldn't have been able to do shit anyway. So you know. Obviously, she hasn't seen any of your videos on food and the toxins and the
I mean, especially with all the fucking candy she eats, and we already know what chemicals are in candy, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I'm eating Quest protein chips, and I'm pretty sure these aren't the most healthy things for me anyway either. But like, you know,
I thought you guys were changing the bread over there now.
I don't know. That's a stream for another time. Before we go down too much of a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Let's go back onto it. Come on. Stop derailing the stream. Come on.
Any changes to the data sources?
I think that I guess Boeing would be more apt to address the data sources. Our primary data source, due to the level of detailed information we receive, is the 21.3 reports that we receive from Boeing. My guess is there weren't necessarily changes to the broad categories, though we get more data faster now than we did before.
has a class structures reporting criteria evolved from 2005? I think Mrs. Violet kind of mentioned a little bit earlier.
In the, thank you. In the requirements in 21.3 regulation have not changed. However, the cost working agreement between Boeing and the FAA have evolved over the years. Would you like further information on
Yes,
that?
please.
Okay.
While Melanie looks, I think there, in general, our criteria have expanded to include more the requirement for Boeing to report more cost items to us that are factors that we've learned, over time should be included in the data that the FAA receives. And Melanie has a good slide for that.
Okay. If you could again, please call up 7V. And page 3 of the PDF, please.
Madam, 7 Zulu.
So this compares the wording of the reporting criteria in the cost working agreement, Appendix 1. So this is what Boeing reports to the FAA. As Brian said initially, there were two separate agreements, one between Boeing with the out of production models and the LA Aircraft Certification Office, and the other with Boeing with the in production models and the Seattle Aircraft Certification Office. So this is showing the South, which would have been applicable to the MD-11. South agreement in 2005, the wording is shown here, is the same in 2014. Any significant damage, defect, failure, crack, or corrosion in primary structure, regardless of cause. In 2015, some more words were added.
So wait a minute, from 2005, 2014, 2015, 2005, 2014, nothing changed. Okay. 2015, damage, defect, failure, deformation, despond, crack on corrosion. That was updated. And then unfired current 2025, all that shit updated.
Yeah.
Definition added to Unified KOS Working Agreement Act change of the 1st 2016. So where is any update there? That should be in there. Any amendment, any annex amendment, any amendment you do to an appendix or a document, you have to put that in there to show a record of change. So you're telling me that definition added there at the bottom and on 1st of 2016, that's all they've put in there?
Well, I think the definition, like, they didn't put a whole separate column. Like, I think they don't.
Because there's a big gap between 2005 to 2014. So there was no changes made whatsoever until 2015. So on a technicality, they could have put the 2016 one in there and removed the 2005, because obviously that's past a certain period, or not?
Because I pay the Wi-Fi bill.
Just for the record, I don't get Wi-Fi in the basement, so just so you know.
He pays the mortgage and I pay the rest of the bills. That's how we split it. Because we both earn about, both
Enough.
earn about the same amount of money.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah. And that's the thing, the laughableness of you're gonna take everything, all my assets and stuff. I have a government income.
Yeah, good luck on that.
Not even husbands and wives who are in the middle of a divorce can touch each other's VA disability money.
Mm.
So I know this because my friend's ex-wife tried to take his 100% and get it as part of her alimony, and it was not included in her alimony. So it just doesn't. So we can pay our mortgage and most of our bills with just that.
Lightning strike, bird strike, or impact of other objects not considered.
As you can see, any significant autogenous damage, defect, failure, delamination, disbond, crack, or corrosion. So the delamination and disbond was added, recognizing that composite structure in particular tends to have different failure modes than metallic structure. So cracking and corrosion is not something you look for so much in composites. You would look for delams and disbonds. Again, in primary structure, regardless of cause. And then the current one is shown here in the last. It also goes through any significant autogenous damage, malfunction, defect, or failure. And then it lists the examples: fatigue, cracking, under strength, corrosion, delamination, dispond, hot air from pneumatic duct leaks, etc. in primary structure, regardless of cause, that meets any of these criteria. And I did not list them all here just for space. It goes into some detail. But the gist of it is anything that is being found that might be a safety concern in the fleet that is not already being addressed by a service bulletin and AD or within its directive.
Thank you.
So, quick
Can you
question
please
of
define
interest.
the term attention?
The monotone ass voice, like
I know, I was about to fucking.
so
So-
damn hard. Have some freaking animation in your voice. Act like you're happy to be there.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Then I'm going to put this to the chat as well. So if they've got all this, how come they're not also adding the fact that, like, on multiple aircraft, and there's multiple evidence out there, videos, pictures, you name it, where ground crew are using silver aluminium sticky tape to put on the aircraft? And if you want, I can go and find loads of pictures of that, because
I'm not exactly sure what that tape is, though. So
it's basically, I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's like aluminium. You know, when you put the ducting in your house, the aluminium ducting, right?
Mhm.
The seal around the edges. You got that silver. It's like an aluminium sticky tape.
I know you pronounce it that way, and I know that's normal for you.
Aluminum. There you
every
go.
time I-
Fucking hell. I'll be
No,
American.
but every
I'll be
time you say
American.
it, I'm just like, it takes my brain a second to like process aluminum.
Hey, squid. Aluminium. There you go. Right. Anyway, so my question is this.
Say it slowly. The airframe tape, but it's super strong, but it's meant to be used on aircraft. That's where I'm confused. So
Yeah, but if it's being used on an aircraft, that means that aircraft has to have that fucking brain. If they're using that tape on the freaking aircraft frame, that means the aircraft frame has damage, significant damage, for it to then be looked at properly.
not necessarily.
I know you're going to say that. I'm talking about overall, because it's a defect, is it not?
Oh heck, we have blue tape. That's all we need. It honestly depends on the aircraft, the manufacturer, and it's nuanced, and that's all of this. It's very nuanced, and that's what makes it so hard to like. It's not black and white. We want it to be, because that would make it easy.
I mean, can you imagine some of that? Like, here's the thing: this specialized tape is aluminium, right? Now, what happens if the slightest thing can go through those turbine blades of an engine? If some of that tape comes off and it pulls some paint off, which is hard, and it hits right?
Safety used for skin problems, not structural support, and skin of the aircraft. I feel like I have to, for the general public who will hear certain things like buying off. Like, buying off does not mean paying someone off. Skin problems, not human skin of the aircraft.
Right.
I feel like for some reason, I feel like I have to be uber specific when we're talking about that. But meant to be used on exterior of the plane for very short periods. Like, if, hey, a plane has to make it from here to there, and once it gets to there, that's where our maintenance hub is. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you meant, and like earlier, I know what Auntie Ann meant, but I feel for some reason like I have to translate.
That's just in the fucking art, that.
Not for you, just for general purpose, because someone would hear not to be used on skin and think we're talking about that this is how the world works in 2026. People would hear using tape on not to be used on the skin and think we're talking about like face tape. Or here,
can you just very quickly? Can you just share my screen very quickly?
I can. Look, I gotta remove this one. Share that one.
So you're telling me you'd fucking get in a plane with that shit on the wing?
There's probably scratches there, and that's to help with corrosion.
Fuck that.
Honestly. So
Yeah, but the thing is, what I'm saying
Translating
is,
stealing, good idea. Well, I just don't want anybody to go like this, you know. No. But it's like, no, people have to be told literally things these days. Not most people, but there are some people. So this is for, yeah, that is a bit excessive, but legal. And mostly that would probably be used for scratches where, hey, we don't need to take this plane in for corrosion yet. We can slap a piece of tape on it and get it to next week, or next month when it actually goes for its whole thing, instead of downing a plane that's going to cost us thousands and thousands of dollars for a scratch. You put some tape on it, especially things with like not bird strikes per se, but like, things come in contact with aircraft all the time. You're going down the runway and there's a piece of fog, there's a nail that comes up and scratches the hell out of the thing, shit like that.
My point, my argument is this: if you're going, I mean, like, that wing is the perfect example, because that means they've had multiple damage. They've got multiple issues on that wing, and they've basically covered about 13% of that wing with tape. So if that wing has that much tape on it, then obviously there's an issue. So
it's Harry, it's not that simple.
No, it's not.
Yeah, the top of the wing isn't structural though. It is, but it's not a flight surface. Like
but it can change the air dynamics.
Surface, I completely agree with you. However, that's the least of our worries at this point in society.
Yeah.
I understand. Once again, I understand the concern. However, from someone who's seen the tape being used for certain things, now that I'm like actually processing it and thinking, because when you just first see it, you're like, what? I'm like, no, now I have all these memories that are starting to like repopulate the brain. So it's,
I'm not trying to derail. I'm just trying to point out the fact that, if an aircraft has, like the way they're saying it in that document, if an aircraft has defects, I consider those defects, because the wing.
I understand, like, once again, I understand where you're coming from, but there's a difference between a defect that looks like this.
Yeah.
A scratch, and a defect that will actually interfere with flying the aircraft. A scratch is not going to interfere the flying of the aircraft, and may not. It's a cost. It's one of those cost benefit analysis.
Yeah.
We take this plane out of service to fix something that we are authorized to cover with tape until this plane goes into deeper maintenance, and then we can fix it when this plane goes into its 100-hour or 1,000-hour or 2-year inspection in a month. We can fix it then.
That's why I knew it was aluminium tape, because obviously I've done a bit of research. So
it's one of those situations where if it's not applicable to flying the plane and they can use it, say I put a scratch in my car. If I take my car into the dealership to get fixed, I don't have a car for a day to how much time it takes them to do it.
Yeah.
That's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah. But I'm not talking about I'm talking about the principle of, like, if a plane, look, it can be a scratch. I agree with you.
But Devil Fan, it's not a safety issue, because they're not structural problems. They're not flight surface problems. I see where you're coming from. I really do. But it's the not understanding what things are used for. It's seeing it and assuming that there's a hole in the plane. Like, that's the mentality that I feel like you have right now. It's like, no, it's as simple as, like, I opened the door of my car and I hit it against the workbench in the garage. I scratched my car. Taking my car completely out of service for days because of that scratch.
Yeah. It's like, if there's actually, I get exactly what you're saying, but I'm just talking about the document that you just showed. It's like putting tape on an aircraft. Yeah, even if it's safe, fine. However, they don't know.
And Devil Fan, you're missing the point, because that's what the tape is there for. It covers it and prevents the corrosion. while it's waiting to be fixed.
Yeah.
That's the point of the tape.
But the tape is only temporary, Devil Fan.
The
Just so
tape
you
is
know.
temporary, but the tape is there to prevent what you just said.
I mean,
So I get it.
yeah.
It's not covering this crack. It's hiding a scratch from the elements. Thank you, French Psycho. Like,
what I'm trying to say is this, and I'm going to finish my sentence. What I'm trying to say is this: if they're putting tape, because I think people have misunderstood what I'm trying to say, if they're putting tape on an aircraft because of scratches or whatever, okay, they know that there is some sort of damage to the aircraft, may it be the wing, the paint, or whatever. It doesn't matter. So therefore, where's the priority of taking that plane off the line so they can repair what they need to repair?
I told you like 3 times.
I know. That's what, yeah.
I told you like 3 times. If they know it's coming up to a 2-year inspection for certain things, they will wait. If I know that next week I'm taking my car in for service, I'm not going to call up to fix the scratch today and then have to take it back next week. I'm going to put tape on it to get it through for the next 2 weeks to prevent further damage or prevent corrosion, because I know it's going to be fixed soon. I answered your question like 3 times. You're just not wanting to listen to me.
Good point. Well presented. Carry on.
And my mom has a really good point. And the aircraft you had me show looks like something like this. I've seen an aircraft come into the gate after it flew through a hailstorm. It looked like someone took a hammer from one end to the other. And in order to get it from one maintenance hub or where it is to a maintenance hub, it's going to fly. And if it's going to fly and it is safe to fly, they are going to put people on it, because they are not going to fly a plane and spend the money to fly a plane if they are not going to recover some of that money with the cost of airfare. So that very well could have been a plane that was in a hailstorm or in a thunderstorm and had some damage on it, slapped tape on it to get it to its location. So you have to you can't just see it and assume that it's been there. It's like looking at someone's vehicle that's been in an accident and they're still having to drive it until insurance can get them in the shop. That accident might have happened today, but we always judge and we think they just drive around like that. It's like, that might have happened yesterday. They might have put tape on it last night, and the flight that it's currently on is to go to, say, Atlanta, where, a maintenance hub is for our airline. If it's going to Atlanta, it's going to be fixed in Atlanta, because Atlanta is a maintenance hub.
Let me ask you a question, all right? Because this is for me personally, because obviously you know more about aircraft, so does Mama Squid. I know more about weapon systems, vehicles, and shit, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
I watched because since we've been doing this MTSB thing, I've had an interest in looking up shit. There was an aircraft, I don't know if it was in the mid 2000s or it was in the 90s, but this aircraft, there was a volcano eruption and shit like that. They were at a certain height, and basically the friction from the dust in the air was lighting up their cockpit windscreens. And when they actually landed, the both windscreens, the co-pilot and pilot windscreen, were basically sandblasted, and so was the cone at the nose cone. Now, question of interest.
Well, can I address Devil Fan's comment before you do?
Sure.
That scratch can start to rust, and tape covering it to the next inspection won't solve that damage, may continue. You're missing my point. If something's damaged where they know it needs to be fixed, they're going to. They're going to. However, right here, it's all about corrosion control. A lot of airlines will still have to fly that plane to another airport to get the proper service done. Not every airport has the skilled people needed. Some airports are smaller, or some airlines just don't have the people that work at that airport. Some airlines, even though it might be a huge airport, only have 4 flights a day. If you only have 4 flights a day from that airline into your airport, you're not going to pay people to sit around and do nothing. So your maintenance hub will be somewhere else. You might have troubleshooters who can like fix a problem, like, you know, hey, this plane needs to get up, it's having an issue, go look at it. But you are not going to have people who are skilled working full time to fix the problem like that. So that plane has to fly anyway. So this is a means to an end to safely get that plane to somewhere where there are people skilled. I feel like everybody thinks that just because the airport's big, that every airline has a full staff of people and hangars and maintenance staff that are capable of doing these things. This is not maintenance that can be done on a flight line. This is not maintenance that can be done at the gate. This is maintenance that needs to be pulled into a hangar where, one, it is out of the sun. That's part of the problem. Not every airline has those facilities at every airport. So there is a means to an end. Y'all are looking too deep into this. I understand we are listening to a hearing, but like there are certain things that you're just looking too deep into. I understand that it's concerning to see tape on a plane, but that tape might have just been there from this morning and they know that the last flight of the day. So say you're flying around, they're going from Denver to Milwaukee to Lexington, Kentucky to Atlanta. They know that last flight of the day is going to end up in Atlanta where you have maintenance hubs. They are going to just put tape on it to get it through the day, to get it through all its flights, because we all know that when they cancel a flight, y'all get pissed. So if there's a scratch on an aircraft or it went through a thunderstorm and it has a little bit of like some scratches on it from some, you know, heavy rain or hail, they're going to inspect it. They are going to make sure that it is safe to fly, and they are going to put a piece of tape on it until they can get that plane to where it needs to go to actually be fixed. Because every time you fly a plane, it is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for fuel, paying the pilots, paying the air crews, paying gate fees. You realize every commercial aircraft that has a gate at any airport has to pay for that gate? They have gate fees. You have to pay ramp agents. You have to pay gate agents. You have to pay all of these people every time an aircraft flies. So if they are not going to put that aircraft, if that aircraft is safe to fly and they can put a piece of tape on it and get it to where it needs to go to get the actual repairs it needs, they are going to put people on it. Because and then you bitch that flares are so high. If you want every plane to come out of service at that very second for every scratch, you're get ready for a flight from Atlanta to Milwaukee. That's $6,000. Stop bitching about high airfare if you want every plane to be pulled out of service for every little tiny defect that they can slap a piece of tape on it till it gets where it needs to go to actually get fixed. You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So if you can't have it both ways. You got to pick one. There's a happy medium somewhere in there where yes, planes do need to be pulled out of service for safety issues, in which case they will fly a crew from wherever their maintenance hub is to the plane. Mr. Squid almost had to fly out last week or the week before. He said, hey, I might have to fly to so-and-so area of the country to do maintenance on a jet. And they need an AMP person. So he might have had to go up there. He ended up not having to go. But they will fly people out if it's that bad. However, they're not going to fly a plane just for free. Like, yeah. Airplanes are over-engineered. One problem is not a problem. Everything half-assed is a problem, which is what I feel is the problem here. So I get it. But they're not. They're not, because everything that you do, so someone slaps a piece of tape on it. So my little exercise band, say that's a piece of tape. I put that piece of tape there. Now, just like a doctor's office, when they have to go and write down what they did, when they did it, what they used, all the parts that they used, even the chemicals that they used, and then you have to have an inspector buy off that repair. everything has to be written down. So they're not just slapping a tape on it, and then that plane's maintenance log will have the fact how much tape was used, why it was used. Sometimes there will even be pictures of what it looks like underneath the tape. So all of this stuff is documented. They don't just slap a piece of tape on it and call it a day. Like it's, I feel like there's steps here that are there that the average person doesn't know about, and then makes an inference based on what they think happens and not what actually happens, which is part of the reason that we discuss all of this. And for those of you who do, I did mention that I was military. I did work for a civilian airline as a ramp agent when I was in college. The first college I went to.
Called
when I was in
Titanic
college,
Airlines.
yes, I did graduate from college. My mother has been a gate agent for many years. So I have friends that work in airport ops. Although there's a couple who moved, and I don't know exactly airport ops where they are anymore, but they used to work for airport ops. So airport people move around a lot. Just saying. And Zohan, how are you? Good to see you. I approve your tape repair.
Oh, Zohan, I've been looking for you. Do you know what we should do when we do the next one on this? I think we should bring Mama Squid on.
I do too. She did make her first YouTube appearance. I forgot to tell you that. Not on my channel.
No.
She was on Southern Paranormal.
And it was a very, very warm, welcoming panel as well. I enjoyed that night.
So there. Most of them are digital now, but yeah, tape is very temporary. It's temporary. Sometimes, yes, it's multiple flights, but do you realize generally an aircraft starts its day at like 6 o'clock in the morning and ends its day at midnight-ish or whatever, you know. It has multiple hops from airport to airport to airport, sometimes the same crew, sometimes different crews, but it will have multiple flights during the day. So it might, but there's always a walk around done by pilots after a plane gets in. You will see the pilots go around and walk around the plane. And if they leave, say their next flight's not for like 3 to 4 hours, when they go back to their plane, they will walk around again. So just, you know, hey, AP, how are you? Oh my God. Yes. Buffed Old Man, you are another person who I would love to talk to and have conversations with. Mr. Squid's AMP. So Mr. Squid was not an airframe guy. He was ordnance in the military. So hence the love for my, you know.
So Buffett Old Man, just a quick question. Do you light up at night? Can they see you? Can they see you coming from miles away when there's no light? You can glow in the dark.
Sorry. What about a carbon fiber submersible? We're not even gonna go there.
Fucking book runs away.
People need to read their receipts on their plane tickets. It will show all of the fees that are attached to their tickets. That's true. That's true. It's reading the fine print. Yeah, most are it's either on the plane or digital. And the pilot is aware of the maintenance log because that's one of the things that they look at. So it's there is redundancy. However, you're coming up green on your chats, or am I just colorblind? That's green. Try refreshing, and I promise that won't give me an extra view. The audacity to think that refreshing gives you an extra view.
Yeah, I couldn't get my head around that. I mean, how can you sit on your own platform, do an AI freaking thing, and then read it out, and then sort of like basically that's premeditated. So you've gone in there, asked AI, right? You've put like your own bullshit in there about
One.
Tug, and then you fucking got the response from there. Seriously, if I'm going to refresh, I'm going to fucking refresh, because the latency between us talking and the community, the chat hearing it, is about 20 to 35 seconds.
Well, there's also a thing about people are like, well, you talk over each other. Like, Spawn
You do
talks
that
over
even-
you. It's
you do
like,
that
well,
even privately.
sometimes there, well, that's true too. But sometimes there is even delays between streamers
Yeah.
when you're talking to each other. Also, streamers are not known for liking dead air.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when you get a bunch of streamers on a panel,
Mhm,
you
mhm.
will get a lot of talking over each other,
Yep.
not being rude, not being unintentional. It's just someone pauses for a second and you're like, it's my turn to, like,
Yeah.
I'm up in there, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, earlier on, I was trying to say something, but Squid was saying something, and then she stopped, and I was, and that is the typical experience of time dilation. Well,
Well, I read the wrong comment from my mother. She wanted the one before the last one. Once an aircraft has minor damage, they will change that particular aircraft's route with another aircraft that it's actually going to the hub where it can be fixed. There's that too. Thanks, Mom. My mom has more knowledge of that than I do because she has worked on the gate agent side and seen planes being rerouted and how that works. That's a process that a gate agent knows that I don't. I'm just told where to bring what baggage and put it on the damn plane. That's just what my job was. So
yeah, let's be, let's keep it civil in regards of how, people respond in different ways, and there is latency. But when you've got absolute idiots trying to say that, like, by refreshing a chat or by refreshing your it makes as much sense as a fart in a spaceship, because at the end of the day, if there's latency, I have done a live once, and I deliberately on my gaming account, I deliberately had it running. I had my earphones on, and I was approximately 51 seconds latency. So I had to then refresh my shit. Why, So
boy.
if you're gonna refresh,
it
doesn't make any difference.
I have to show this just for a second. And Ninja Puppy, thank you for the $50 Ko-fi. It is very much appreciated and will be used wisely. It's actually already been spent. Just a thought. It's already been spent. However, before we move on, I have to show this. This was sent to me by Ammo's Girl from JK. From JK. Yep, that just happened.
Who was that from? Was that JK and Ammo Girl?
Yeah, it was sent to me by Ammo's Girl.
You two are done. I can't believe
Ammo's Girl said it wasn't her. It was sent.
Put that back up. Put that back up. Put that picture back up.
Hold on.
This is the reason I'm going to be serious now. This is the reason I've been going to be serious now.
I know.
Right? Spawn buying. Spawn buying. Who the fuck's that? Oh, sacrilege. The heresy. The fucking heresy.
Okay.
But funny. I like the egg though.
Oops. I accidentally stopped sharing. There we go.
Fucking Jesus. Spawn plane. Who the fuck?
And we've gotten through approximately 20 minutes of this this hearing. Oh, Devil Fan, you like that? But here's the whole picture. So that's the whole picture.
I like the bows. I do like the bows in that picture.
Spawn is the golden egg.
Golden egg chick. Yeah.
This is
Well,
the
stop
better.
being like that. Stop being like that. I don't mind being. I like bows. Yes.
This is the better picture, though.
Oh God. Oh God. Yes. Yes. Yes.
That and this
Yeah.
one.
You know,
I'm a
I've
fan
got-
of that one.
I like that one, but I like the other one much better because you can see me.
I look like a badass. I don't look like that in real life. There's only one part of me on that picture that's accurate.
I'm not even saying a word. I'm not. I take the. I'm not even American. I'm taking the fifth.
There's only one part of that picture that's remotely accurate. Oh. And it's not the boots.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm way bigger than
It's not the hair.
that.
When am I going to start wearing wigs? That's Mo's thing. If you want to see somebody who wears wigs properly and appropriately and where they actually look good, check out Mo on the Deep End. Every Wednesday, she does a cosplay Wednesday. So
Hey, Kasha. Oh shit! Now I've got Robert and Kasha in here. That means I'm going to get the Fanta fucking poke now.
Fanta, don't you want? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go boobs.
I mean, she's not wrong. Anyway.
Yeah. Can I just say something before we carry on? There's one thing that a lot of people seem to not seem that it's the level of banter that goes on. And like the amount of times that I've been asked, doesn't it piss you off? Doesn't it get you? No, it doesn't.
I literally told him that I answered your question 3 times. He just didn't want to listen to me.
No.
If that's not me being upset with him, that's not him being upset with me. That's just being honest.
Yeah. And 99% of the time I ignore her anyway.
That's true.
Yeah. God.
And maybe the reason someone decided to open their mouth and said I look dumb every time I have you on is because I have fun.
Do me a
and I'm
favor. Do a
not
dumb
super
face.
serious.
Do a dumb face. Go on. Do a dumb. Like.
Well, isn't this my dumb face?
I don't know. Yes. Mama Squid, help.
Hey, what did I miss? Showing your picture with Spawn with purple hair.
What did I miss? Bollocks, mate. You have been sitting outside that stream lurking like a fucking zit.
I did see that she released the video. I didn't have time to watch it because life. I like to actually pay attention to Mo's streams when I'm watching them or Mo's videos. Whereas a lot of times when I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm doing other things. I have a YouTube video up on this screen while I'm working on this one.
Oh,
or I'm doing dishes or something. Yes, and if you're going to talk to my employer and get me fired, tell Mr. Squid I'm not doing dishes good enough.
Yeah. 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 Hey, Lips, get in touch with Mr. Get in touch with Mr. Squid and tell him that his washing machine's fucked.
Squid has me living in Vermont encasing her mattress for. I made a joke. Fowler asked me this morning over in Jay's chat if I like had a basement or duct or not duct or basement, but like a crawl space or something. I can't remember how it was phrased. And I said, no, I just keep my money in my mattress.
Yeah, that's why a mattress is 6 feet deep.
But we both have great RBF. Most Southern women have it. You've been down south long enough. You are Southern. Well, I learned the difference between living in the South and living in the North. The South will curse you out with a smile on your face while never actually saying a curse word. The North will just tell you to go F yourself. I'm a little bit of both. I will tell you to go F yourself with a smile on my face.
The thing is, like, one thing before we carry on with it, one thing I like
You
about
said that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. One thing I do like about certain things. Okay, now everyone knows that I have got no filter, and get used to it.
A cigarette.
One thing you have to remember with Squid, what you see is, you have no clue what you've fucking woken up. You have no clue what you've poked. So even I have sort of like taken a slight step back because, to be perfectly honest with you, yeah. And the fact that you've attacked a vet and you're threatening a vet, that just
A disabled vet at that.
yeah.
Isn't there some sort of like card I can have? You know, like a privilege card.
Who the fuck's that supposed to be?
The message that came with it was Vaughn's graduation photo.
That's it. I quit.
You want to know who said that? Would you like to know who said that? He left. Anyway. He left. So y'all, I didn't just remove him. He didn't just remove himself. He left. But so we're gonna get back to this hearing. Who did it? Jeff's son. Okay, we're gonna get back to this because that's hilarious. Where's Freckle Ginger when you need her?
I know.
And I still am working on Rage Quit merch. I've been working more, but like life things have come up. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you know. Great Trooper. Hey Chris, how are you? Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna start this again. We're gonna at least try to get through like a half an hour of this. I have about 20 more minutes. Mr. Squid should be home soon. My dad is here. That's why you haven't seen the little, because my dad is here. So
who made that?
Jeff Grady's son. Or his wife or Jeff's wife. One of the three.
Oh, that's it. You wait till Jeff's back on his feet and back in my stream. I'm gonna give him a kick right between the fucking shin.
We hope that even when Jeff is back to himself and using his own account, that his son will make a different account and, you know, still hang out with us because this is fun. Could you imagine having Jeff and his son in the same chat?
Oh shit.
We're in for a world of hurt in that one.
I'm just gonna take a sabbatical. I'm just gonna fucking go become a monk.
Issue or PSI?
Sure. So what we just looked at was Appendix 1, the requirements for what is to be reported under the cost working agreement. Appendix 2 has requirements for what is a potential safety issue. So these are things that are of greater safety concern. And they are a subset of everything in Appendix 1 that must be reported. The potential safety issues get closer scrutiny from both Boeing and the FAA to evaluate their safety implications.
Does the FAA ever downgrade a potential safety issue determination?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Boeing will report something initially as either a PSI, a potential safety issue, yes or no. We will take that into consideration, but we then, Boeing and the FAA have separate safety determinations.
So once something is already a PSI, you can't downgrade it to non-PSI, basically?
No, but we can certainly find that it is not, in the end, an unsafe condition.
Okay.
And that happens probably with the majority of our cost items.
Okay. What actions are taken if the issue is a PSI?
So it will go to Boeing's Safety Review Board, and they will make a safety determination. Following their SRB Safety Review Board meeting, they will send us a copy of their presentation, which includes a lot of good information, honestly, about the issue at hand, figures. So if it's a structural issue, it may have photos of the damage that was encountered. It will also include their rationale for whether they considered it to be a safety issue or not. The FAA will then review that, review Boeing's information, their rationale, their safety determination, and then we will make our own determination whether we have an unsafe condition.
How does the FAA ensure the actions are completed or implemented based on their presentation?
So we kind of have two paths. One is if the item is determined to be not a safety issue, and there's a distinction here in the terminology that I'd like to explain for a moment. Boeing's determination is whether something is a safety issue or not a safety issue. The FAA determines if we have an unsafe condition. And the terms are almost interchangeable. The main distinction is who is making that decision. So we have two paths. If something is determined to be not a safety issue, not an unsafe condition, then that can be closed with minimal further action. If something is determined to be an unsafe condition, the FAA will write an airworthiness directive, which mandates corrective actions in the fleet. If it is not an unsafe condition, we're less concerned about following up on whether any corrective action is completed.
How does the FAA know if a cost items are repetitive?
Two ways to do that. One is often Boeing will identify this is a similar issue to what has been reported before, and they will identify the cost item number associated with that previous report. That is very helpful. Our engineers also have a way to group together cost items, similar cost items, into a safety investigation, so we can do that as well ourselves.
Was there any changes between the 2005 to 2015 and then 2015 to the current process as far as analyzing repetitive cost items?
I would say our tools have gotten better at being able to track all of the items. So I think we're better at identifying them. But from a logistical perspective, or I guess at the basic level, we did the same thing. Either Boeing would identify, potentially report a cost item, and Boeing would identify that it aligned with a previous cost item, or the FAA engineer who was responsible would get assigned these multiple cost items and understand that they were repetitive.
And then you mentioned that if a PSI exists, an AD or airworthiness directive will be issued. Can you provide an example when a potential safety issue resulted in an AD?
Understand that a potential safety issue is just that, it's potential. That does not necessarily mean that it is an unsafe condition. So of those things that are determined to be unsafe conditions, those will go on to be airworthiness directives. Do you have any reasoning?
I mean, I just think every AD we write for the Boeing company aircraft was most likely a potential safety issue that turned into an AD. So you could look at almost every AD that we've issued, and that would be an example.
If I could just give you an idea of the scale here, Boeing's cost reports to the FAA are about 4,000 per year. I'm estimating rough numbers, roughly half of those are potential safety issues, so somewhere around 2,000. We write somewhere like 50 to 100 ADs per year on Boeing products. So the majority of things that are potential safety issues, after careful review and analysis, are found to not actually be unsafe conditions that require ADs.
What happens if there's a disagreement with categorizing it between Boeing and the FAA?
So there are two steps in that categorization. One is it or is it not a potential safety issue? If Boeing identifies something as not a potential safety issue, but our engineer is concerned about it, then we can ask Boeing for additional information. So we can do an investigation. Then if there's a disagreement about whether or not something is actually a safety issue, an unsafe condition, that depends on which direction the disagreement goes. Most often when there's a disagreement, when one of us finds it to be unsafe and the other one does not, most often that is where the FAA finds something to be an unsafe condition and Boeing has not found it to be a safety issue. That's of all the items that either we or Boeing identify as unsafe conditions, that's maybe 10%. 90% of the time we're in agreement on whether.
So basically, what you're saying is that like you're trying to make sure to cover your ass. That's what.
I mean, it kind of sounds like it, but I see
where
I'm
she's
not
coming
sure
from.
how this can be like. Not every PSI is going to be an actual safety issue.
Yeah, I see where she's coming from, but the thing is, it's like, why are there two entities? If they don't agree, there shouldn't be any issue. That comment there shouldn't be any disagreement. At the end of the day, you both work together to solve the problem.
Yeah, but I can see.
Yeah,
I can see and I'm trying to think about it from the other side. I can see where the manufacturer and the operator might not agree on what's safe. The operator might say, I don't feel like this is a safe way to operate my aircraft, and the manufacturer is Boeing,
which they're entitled to, yeah,
and be like, well, it's within our specs. It's when we've done inspections or when we did flight tests, that was not an issue. So
yeah, because they got the confidence because they know they built it, they know the
but they also haven't worked with it in a while.
Yeah, good point.
Like
yeah.
they don't fly it every day.
Yeah.
So I see why while getting the input of both the manufacturer and the operator are important, it seems like there's two separate paths, but those paths never cross.
Yeah, but
If I'm understanding it correctly.
yeah, but I'm also noticing that there's finger pointing now. It's starting to there's very slowly but surely there's like finger pointing going on. And if she doesn't breathe and she relaxes because her blood pressure is that high, her head is so red it's about to go pop.
Well, also we were warned at the beginning that this room is very, very warm and that they could all take their jackets off if they wanted. She relaxed the dress code and none of them did. So they were probably roasting in those suit jackets.
I mean, every single one of those guys is either freaking pale or about to black out, and she's But anyway,
because none of them want to be there. It is hot. It is uncomfortable, and you are being grilled on things that. So I get that, but I can appreciate the fact that she's actually answering the questions. This is the first time in the hearing where I'm actually able to like look at her and like I'm actually having to like process what she's saying because she's actually giving me an answer.
Yeah, she is. I just think that the manufacturer and the operator, they need to find common ground.
Yeah, I do understand that, but what she's bringing up, I think, is a problem. But I can appreciate the fact that she's actually bringing it up. She's actually answering these questions directly and saying, well, there's two paths and describing both of them, not just giving a vague here.
Yeah, but the problem is not aircraft structural. It's in regards about communication between two entities.
True. But the fact that she's actually giving an answer on how the process is done, because you have to provide context for answers.
Yeah.
You can't just give the answer and be like, well, what's like, is there no background to like, well, why is this the case? She's actually giving.
Just like the CWO from Pat 25 investigation.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I did, for those of you who are new to my channel, I did cover the NTSB hearings for those. For that incident, the DCA crash, back in, I want to say January or like July of last year. Has it been that long?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's about coming up to a year now.
Yeah, bunch of egghead bureaucrats and engineers. I had to mute myself because Mr. Squid opened the office door, stood there for a second, and then went like, "What the hell?" Like, sorry about that. He's not mad at me, just like how Spawn and I communicate, where I flip him off and he's like, yeah, whatever. That's the same,
Yeah, but it's interesting. It's interesting how both of them, Ginger and Redface, seem to. They've got,
ginger hair and ginger face.
Yeah.
July, August 2025. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to call the ginger guy Blondie because his hair's on fire, and I'm going to call Skeletor's love child. There you go.
I don't know. She looks like Miss Trunchbull to me.
Matilda.
All right, we got about 5 more minutes. When they're done with questioning her and another witness takes over, that's where I'm going to cut it off because we've been 2 hours 18 minutes.
Yep. Welcome to my world.
In agreement that something is a safety issue. In that case, if the FAA has identified an unsafe condition, then we still require Boeing to provide the root cause analysis, the service information to support our airworthiness directive. If it goes the other way and we do not feel there's an unsafe condition, but Boeing has identified there's a safety issue, and again, that's of the two disagreements, that's the less common, then Boeing can issue a service bulletin to the fleet. It just will not be mandated by an airworthiness directive.
Okay, and that totally makes sense. Like, hey, Boeing's identified something, they can send something out without it being mandated by the FAA. That I can.
Oh, wow.
The FAA says, no, you're fine. And Boeing's like, nah, I still think this is a problem. They can send out their own bulletin.
And the
It
Hung
just won't
Hero,
be
thank you.
it just won't be a airworthiness directive, an official airworthiness directive from the FAA. Funny, most FAA inspectors I had to sell first articles to were retired Boeing. Yeah, well, Boeing, like I have a friend that works for Boeing, but he doesn't work in the part of Boeing that would know anything about certain things that because I've asked him, I was like, hey, do you know anything about this? He's like, that's not my department. I don't know. I'm like, okay. So, Unhung Hero, thank you for the 20 gifted Squid Pro Quo memberships. I appreciate you keeping the chat green. And I'm sorry there was no members only yesterday. I had a meeting with my lawyer at 2 p.m. and just could not swing a meeting, a live stream, and then having to go to work. So,
Yeah.
It was just too much in too short of a time. All right. But I think that is where she's asking another question. I think that is where we should stop for today. And we'll pick up next Wednesday because this seems to be our Wednesday thing for a little bit, going through the actual documents or the actual hearings, because you're not going to get this information in a 30-minute or 45-minute like wrap up.
No.
So yes, these can get kind of tedious, and that's why we laugh. That's why we stop. That's why we have fun and we joke, because just sitting here and watching this is kind of like watching court.
It's like watching paint dry, really, isn't it?
Well, some things are interesting. Some things are worth talking about. And then there's stuff in the middle that is important to hear, but it's drier than a bone.
I mean, the thing, like, I do enjoy the technical side of it, like when they're going through technical stuff, because that's one thing I enjoy researching, because you can find explanations, much better explanations than the engineering technical terminology they use. You can.
I read this completely wrong.
Oh, God.
I read this in a way that I'm not sure you intended to.
Take care, Roy.
Roy, have a good one. Give the wife a hug for me. I want to give you a hug, but long distance.
You know what I did once? A good friend of mine. Yeah, you know what I done? I sent, oh yeah, do the favor, yeah, send the family hugs and all that. And he went, why don't you come over and so on? So what I did, this is years ago, and it cost me around £200. I actually got a hug made of plaster and sent that. It cost me an arm and a leg to fucking send it. And when it arrived, one of the arms.
Unhung Hero is paying the gray away.
Have you ever done that? I think you should do that.
What?
Is it like, get your hand to, when you want to shake someone's hand and
hold on. Before we head out of this hot, well, and I did not go live on Rumble today. I had to forget that right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, why do I know why do I know that?
Because you know how my brain works?
Yep.
So happy June, everybody. Here is 5 memberships on house. So
look at you. And I bet you I don't get one.
Me for gifting 5 memberships to my own channel.
Yeah, I did that. I did that on mine. I was remonetized the other day, and the first thing I did on my first stream, I just went, pow, there you go, 5 gifted memberships.
I do check every now and then to see if certain people get gifted memberships. Yes. The smile on your face says it all. Because, and I say this, it's because certain people who claim to hate me have gotten memberships to my channel before. Mm-hmm. These gifted memberships really be outing people. And I don't care who subscribes to my channel. I don't care. It does not bother me one bit. I just think it's hilarious.
And I found out
memberships really be outing people, mainly Bruce.
Yeah, and I found out that someone had an alt account, and that alt account got a membership on mine. And I waited a whole month every day. Every time I did a members only, I was like,
oh yes, I forgot this right here.
Oh, God.
Congrats, Spawn Trooper, on being remonetized.
Thank you. It's only partial. It's only partial.
Well, you were
but-
only partially monetized to begin with, so you got the same level of monetization that you had before.
Yeah, and the thing is, for me, monetization is not the thing. For me, it's the community. Make sure that everyone is happy, and then it's about the So, but thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people were unfairly demonetized. I nearly said demonized, but
Well, that too.
yeah.
Aussie Tina got a membership.
Wait, what? I've got what?
Aussie Tina got a membership.
Oh,
No. I knew she subscribed to me, so she subscribed to my other channel too. So it's I just
what do you
think
mean? I got? Hang on, no, wait a minute. Hold the press, dear Gail. What do you mean? I got a devious laugh?
that right there.
Okay. No,
All
I
right.
think.
Do you have any before we whoop?
Oh yeah, no,
Sorry.
just fucking kick me off the platform. Why don't you? I'm
try.
just about. Right. Do I have final thoughts on
Oh,
it?
that's
No.
perfect. Look at that. That's
What?
the perfect setup for this picture.
That's just wrong in so many ways because you're just putting your boobage in my face, and it's wrong. It's just wrong. I should be in the center, and my sheeples should be in the center. But anyway, okay. Let me fucking do it this way then. Anyway, right. In regards to this report, I mean, it's obvious. We already know what the catastrophic failure was. The investigations is just going to be bureaucracy, and it's just going to be like fucking fingers pointing at each other and the same shit. The thing that we should not forget is quite a few people on the ground and in that aircraft lost their lives because of bureaucracy and because of other issues. Now, I am looking forward to seeing how this is going to be resolved and how they're going to come to a conclusion. And in regards of Squid being unfairly targeted by an absolute xenomorph, please show your support to Squid, regardless if you don't agree with what she says or that she does. Please support
One of those
her.
situations of people going
My
to be
final
people
thoughts. My
and-
final thoughts.
But stop harassing me, because every time you harass me, I go file a police report because I'm a
Yeah.
bitch and I want things on record. So when things are escalated, I have a paper trail.
It's okay,
People
guys.
don't
I'll
believe
finish
me,
my
I have
final
a paper
thoughts in a minute.
trail.
Yeah, I'll finish my final thoughts in a minute. I'll just let her vent. Thank you. You're welcome. Do it again, and you're going in the basement. Don't look at me in that tone of voice. Anyway, yeah. So please send your support. Obviously, we know everything that's going on is just intimidation and threats. So if you want to support, please do. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you guys a lot. And thank you very much for all the banter. And Jeff's son, fuck you. I didn't like the berries on the left-hand side of my face. Joking. And
honestly, that looked more like someone else I know than you.
yeah, I was just about to say that, but thank you very much for taking that on. And I just want to see what
My Mama Squid text me that it looked more like someone else than you.
Yeah. I thought it was funny though. It is funny.
It is funny.
And I'm glad that we can have a laugh, and I'm glad that you're laughing.
Well, see, and this is what happens. Like, you think my mods are mean to you? My mods are mean to me.
Yeah. It's just a fucking bossy bitch mod says, "Let's spawn and finish." Yeah, let me finish. Sorry, boss. I mean, like, I've been watching that burnt peanut, and I like the way he goes. Yeah.
Oh
sorry.
my god, burnt! Oh my god! Burnt Peanut is like the only streamer. Like, I woke up this morning when the dude went to work, and Burnt Peanut was still on.
Yes.
The TV in the bedroom.
Yes.
that
And
they
I
went to
don't
bed
know
with.
I don't know what it is, but when he goes, or when he goes, yes, boss. I'm sorry, boss. I won't do it again, boss. No, but anyway, now that she's muted, I can actually do my final thoughts. In regards to this NTSB report, I'm quite interested to see the resolution of it, because someone has to be held responsible for this, because there are too many fingers in the pot. Right, this was a major catastrophic failure of a component that should be able to hold that type of pressure. Well, I didn't finish reading what final thoughts. It won't take. Oh, you cheeky Heidel, you cheeky git.
Hold on 1 second. What is your favorite burnt peanut phrase that you do all the time?
That'll happen. That'll happen.
That'll happen. That'll happen. It's like, yes, boss. Yes, boss. Sorry, I won't do it again, boss. I'm sorry, boss.
he just went,
Yeah, I don't know why I've started doing that. I mean, I don't realize I do it. You said to me the other day, last time, you went, you're doing a peanut, and I went, no, I'm not. You went, hey, you're doing and I'm like,
and if you don't know who Burnt Peanut is, like, I can push his channel, but he has like 2 million subscribers by now. Like,
and when he's got Gringy and fucking the other guys on,
Gingy.
yeah, it's like they fucking halfway through a sentence is like Peanut's ripping one person, next thing you got someone else going, do you know what I'm saying? And Peanut's going, yeah, I'm sorry, boss. I'm okay, boss. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna play any of his videos because I really don't want to get copyright struck, but I will show you Burnt Peanut. He's a gamer.
I didn't realize I did that. I mean, I like when and I'm not trying to copy it.
But here's what he does.
Oh,
he will. He looks like a peanut.
Yeah. Oh, he is freaking awesome. There's Gingy. There's Gingy.
Gingy.
Yeah,
like
I
ginger.
call it Gingy. I just said Gingy.
Gingy.
No. I say Gingy.
Gingy.
I'm Ginger. Sorry, boss. I won't do it again, boss. Sorry, boss.
If you don't follow Burnt Peanut, like, it's very.
Yeah, it's like Autobots roll out.
He should shout you out. He doesn't even know I exist.
Do you know what? I went into his stream last night, and I turned around to him and I went, Peanut.
His video streamed 12 hours ago has 545,000 views in 12 hours. I will never. I will never.
He said that was Takal's worst. I actually watched a short of earlier one from him where he killed Gingy.
Yeah, I was watching that last night, and I was like, I looked at Mr. Squid, and I was like, did he just? Did
shot me? He's like, he looked at the camera and his little peanut face is like, he's like, oh shit. Yeah, but I like him. I mean, I do enjoy other gamers. So, is he live right now?
No, he just puts the that live sticker. I hate him. I used to do that on the other channel, and then I realized how much it annoyed me when people did it, so I don't do it. He does it on every live stream. Like, you can tell it's a cut of a video because I won't have a live.
But look at him down there with the fucking fruit cap on.
Yeah. So this is who we watch in this house most of the day.
Yeah, I like
if the TV is on and it's just playing things, it's either Charlotte Dobre or Burnt Peanut. So when I say I don't, or Bluey.
Yeah. No, but besides him, there's another gamer that I like. What's his name? I'll find out what his name. He plays that Maroons sailor on an island game.
Squid is a losing battle. I know. I don't have any final thoughts because I feel like I gave my final thoughts throughout the We'll get back into this next Wednesday. Tomorrow on the other channel, we do have what goes into your cosmetics, just kind of a skimming the surface. I am not going into heavily on the research that can be in the future. But we are going to kind of go into dip our toe into the pool of what is in what you put on your skin. And I use cosmetics yes, it leans more towards the women. However, men, this applies to you. Deodorants, colognes, soaps, shampoos. This is not just makeup.
I don't
So
use
it's
aftershave.
that is on the other channel. If you do not subscribe to my other channel, please do. I am trying to get that. I am trying to get that
Squid,
channel monetized. Yes.
just a quick one. Guys, I know this is going to
Nothing's ever
sound
quick when it comes to you.
Oh, just drink. Just so you just ciao. Listen, one thing I used to do, right? If I had a cut or like, you know, had a like in a small impact, I know a lot of people are going to find this really sick. But what I used to do is get aftershave and actually put aftershave on like a spot or on a small wound because the aftershave kills germs.
It's got alcohol in it.
Yes.
Um,
And then you
however,
also smell nice as well.
However, I just use my my good old beef tallow because you know.
And also, never ever use talcum powder on your region, lower region area.
No, I don't use talc. Their cosmetics companies are changing their formulations, and a lot of the times when people say, "Oh, the old formulation was good and the new formulation sucks," especially like face powders, setting powders for this specifically for women, it's because they took the talc out.
Yeah.
But the talc is a really good product for what it does. However, it's just really bad for you. Hi. Papa Squid at the door.
Talcum powder is basically it sucks all the moisture out. If you like I mean, I was reading a report that
But
if you
anyway,
go,
I do have to get going. I do have to get going. We can talk about that on another stream.
yes.
However, there will not be a stream on this channel on Friday or Saturday.
Yes.
Friday, obviously, the air conditioner is getting replaced, and
Yes,
I am not sitting in this office with
master.
my house being over 80 degrees and
Yes,
attempting to stream
Yes, master.
and be sane. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. I know what you're doing. Stop doing it. And Saturday, I have some family stuff to attend to, so we will not be streaming on Saturday.
Sorry.
Sunday night on the other channel is our normal 9 p.m. and we are going to do some more movement. I think my next topic is something like it's more of the movement-esque of which movements do we lose first, why, how can we keep our independence. I just don't remember the topic offhand. I have it written down, but I just don't have it in the brain. But anyway,
I mean, my question is like you lose movement in your body, your arms, legs, and stuff like that. Why is it that it's never the mouth first? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Do you want me to yeet us out of here, or what do you want me to do?
Yes, please yeet us out of here. Oh wait,
Right.
before we yeet us out of here,
Okay.
I gotta see if there's anywhere I can yeet us to.
Oh, okay. I can yeet people now. No, I can Oh, yes.
You can re-yeet people.
I can re-yeet people. I did it to what's his name? Who did I yeet? Oh yeah, to Travis yesterday. Yep. That was fun.
Oh, sorry. One person hit the down button. Thank you for your engagement. I appreciate you.
Oh, bless.
Let's see. Nobody is live right now. Let's see.
Yeah, because wait a minute. What time is it over there right now?
Oh wait, Common Sense Investigator is doing Kelsey Fitzsimmons under temporary order just dropped. She is doing that at 5:35, so you have 10 minutes. So we will redirect over to her because Common Sense Investigator, if you don't subscribe to her, you really should.
Oh, Heidel snap in the heart. Right.
What do you think of the subject McDonald charging people to $1? Is weird? Yeetus Maximus.
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm just waiting for you to give me the signal to.
I will see you guys tomorrow on my other channel. Please help me get it monetized. It would really mean a lot to me because that is my passion project, what I actually like to do. and what I have content for months. Every time I think about that channel, I think of, oh, I want to talk about this. The more we get over there, the better. Anyway, Spawn, eat us out of here. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you on the next one.
And don't forget, I've got a gaming channel, and also I'm on Rumble now. In 3, 2, 1, yeet.